What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
Even more river donks. We'll start with my database, and then when Mike gets here, we will switch over to Mike's database. So I'll take the first one. Ace King should obviously raise. This is nice and easy. And from this
We're not
position,
raising that.
what? Yeah. From this position, Ace 8 should fold. This guy's also raising to 4. I'd be interested if we watched all of his hands to see if this was his standard size, or if this was just his Ace King and Jack's size. But to the 4, the Ace 8 should totally fold. This becomes a huge fold now. So this hand is already off the rails. And both guys miss. We have a check, Ace King on 499. He can check behind his marginally made. That would be just fine. And he can also bet. He has the King of Spades, which is kind of nice. He goes for the bet. I agree with the small size on the paired board. That's great. With the lower dangler to the 9s, this is not a great thing. If he had the Ace 10, that would be, there's some GTO stuff where the upper dangler to the pair turns it into a bluff. This seems like a terrible call. And if you wanted to go for a check raise, that's kind of weird, but it wouldn't, you can understand it. But as a call, it's really bad. And he calls. So yeah, even worse. Now, the Ace King is often the best hand here. But not when he gets called. So this
What's interesting here is that all of a sudden, in theory,
Yeah.
villain 437 is way ahead because of over pairs.
Yeah. He has a real range advantage here, but not after the filter.
That's valid.
So 435 has got some flush draws here. For value, he's got some crappy pairs left, just various under pairs, a 4, a very, very rare 9 played weird. But you're not going to get, you're not expecting to get an under pair to fold here. So I think that he should take his hand as marginally made at this point. Check.
Yeah.
And grit his teeth on a small.
What's the name of the theorem? No one knows how to fold a full house.
Yeah. I don't remember whose it was. There we go. But no, he continues small, betting marginally made small. This is such a good fold now here. Right. And there we go. So the bluff is, so he bets out. So this is going to be Miracle FH on river with ace high flop turn.
Yes.
Bad player. That's what we're going to call that. That's what we think happened there, because he had no business on the flop and the turn. Bad player versus, and these were 33% bets. I'm going to put that note in there because that kind of kept him in. All right, and the call, and we're done. All right, up next is Larry.
All right. It should fold around to Jack 9, which gets to open. Villain 440 is going to call. He doesn't really have a call here with this combo. This is, it's very disciplined. Most people play that. Hero is going to call and going to defend.
What about a 3-bet here?
I don't think I like a 3-bet without a blocker to ace X or king X.
Let's take a
We're
look.
going to have very, we're going to have a very polar strategy, and we're going to have some ones that I don't think of, but I think we want to be able. It's in there.
Oh.
Well, I think you're right in the sense that that region wants to go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is too wide. So why am I even in this hand? What did I?
So what's his VPIP?
Yeah, I only have 5 hands on him. This is bad. I don't know why this mistake is here, but let's play the mistake. By the way, the donk on the river is going to be horrible for me because, as we've seen, my river donks are horrible. All right. Here we go, down the rabbit hole. I don't know where they came.
Down the rabbit hole.
Huh.
Okay, this is not.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be ugly, isn't it?
This is gonna be terrible.
So, Um, our stack depth is what? SPR is big.
Yeah, 20,
So
19.
yeah. So our this is our check range. He has a choose your own adventure here. Um, I think is very where he could pick from many sizes, depending on what part of your range he wants to target. Um, I th- I think any size is good except check. I think at this stack depth, at this SPR rather, you want to grow a pot. I think this is fine. You got second pair backdoor flush draw against this size. You can, I think you can defend. See
Yeah,
what happens on turn.
I think I have to call once.
Yeah. All right. We love that hard, but hate that card.
Yep.
Kind of like our relationship with poker. Love hate. Uh, there's no donks here. So, what is interesting here, and what we should maybe think about ourselves when we have such a strong hand as button, is if what is your continuing range and what does the turn card bring in? Turn card bring in some a here's a perfect example. A hand that you're going to continue with if you have any club draw that you call.
Yeah.
So he should polarize. He should his sizing can go anywhere from B75 to B150 probably.
Mhm. And I think another reason for that is by betting small on the flop, he got his value from ace highs and things like that that are going to do a lot of folding. You know,
Yeah,
almost any that aren't going to call the second bet. So now he should target the part of the range that is going to continue. The
that's a
10x.
really good point. So like he got his value from like ace three of diamonds, hands like that, and now they've missed and they're
Right.
going to fold to any size.
Yeah. King 9, queen 8, the gut
One
shots, things like that. Those might be going away anyway. So now he might as well target getting real value since he's got a very strong hand.
one thing I've noticed since I've been applying a little bit of Hungry Horse
Mhm.
theorem, uh, when in position in SRP, when we take a kind of a medium size B50 on flop and then we size down on turn in order to recap, I think is the term they use,
Yeah.
is often people just auto fold on turn, regardless
Yeah.
of size.
Yeah. And this case, he doesn't need to really recap me.
No, he doesn't. He certainly doesn't because I think the recap is really around bluffs, trying to understand, trying to
Wait,
gauge. Um,
The recap is more when a nut changing card comes in.
exactly.
it
Is
is,
that
but
what?
it's also the recap. Yeah, it will sometimes, but I don't think they use it solely when the card shifts equity. I think they use it to get the opponent's hand strength. Is what they're
Right.
doing.
But here's the thing. This hand, the
But he doesn't need to do that
jack
here, of
may
course.
need it. The
No.
pair jack may need it, but let's just make this hand for fun. Let's make it jack 10 deuce. Okay. When he bets half pot and we don't raise, that the horse says, "Ah," but it also says, I don't have sets. You know, my opponent doesn't have sets. He doesn't have two pair. So therefore he is capped. So on the turn, all of my hands want to bet big. My bluffs want to bet big because I'm going to go massive on the river to get him to fold his one pair hands because I've capped him to one pair. And my value, like my two pair and my sets, want to go big because I want to get value and then I'll bet a size on the river that he'll call. So the
Yeah, I mean, he's using. I think he's using the recap strategy I'm talking about with air,
yeah, but
Now
he's
that
also he's
but
going to use
not
some.
with, but
Oh,
not with, but not with uh, top pair plus.
yeah, right. So the question on this board is, does a jack slow play? against
and
that.
the answer is look exactly what you said. Is there's no reason to slow play. We target the region that can continue.
No, I'm
He
asking a
is
different question.
filtered.
Greg. I'm
Sorry,
asking
say
a
it
different
again.
question. I'm saying in the big blind. So you're the button. We're looking at the button's thought process, and we don't care what his hand is, because in the horse, your hand doesn't matter. Only their hand matters until the river.
Yes. What is our opponent's range,
Right.
and what are we going to do with
So do you believe that the big blind here check raises all of his jacks off, or does he slow play his jacks
that? On flop
On
or
flop.
turn
on flop?
against the B50?
Yeah.
I think there's slow playing goes on. Absolutely.
Right.
I think that yeah, absolutely yes.
That's in that case, if he slow plays some of his jacks, then you're right. Then you want to exhibit a recapping strategy on the turn, because you want to give him two chances to show you that he has a jack before you have to bluff him on the river, if you're bluffing, because you don't want to bluff into a jack.
Yes.
If you
What they
believe
call
that
the
he
brick
has,
wall.
if you believe he has check raised off his jacks already, then you want to bet big on the turn to get the most value from everything that he calls with, so that on the river you can either bluff it off, get him off the tens, or get value from the tens by bluffing small enough and getting called. So that's all. Okay, now back to your speech, which is
It's valid.
Yep.
Okay, going back to how I would play this hand and how I think Villain should. I
Yeah.
think he can use anywhere from a B75 to a B150.
okay, great.
I think he wants to target your range, which is continuing.
And he
So
goes
I would
B7.
go. I think his hand allows for stronger than this.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see your pot odds versus equity. You don't have it, but you're going to continue. That's why you call.
Mm-hmm. Because he's so strong. But I do have implied odds.
You do have implied odds this deep,
Yeah.
even but they're reduced because you're out of
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, not against the
But
nine
I
of
mean,
clubs.
of course, we didn't call this to fold it, especially to a size that's less
No.
than pot.
No, easy.
Okay, okay. So this did turn out well.
Well,
I like. So the question becomes on a paired board, is this good dunk? So I don't often use these. This is actually a perfect place to dunk, as we can see with the hands. I don't frankly use value donking often. I've been told I should.
Mm-hmm.
So before anybody says anything, I'm gonna try to figure out what size I would use here. I think if I'm gonna value dunk this, I would go D75 to pot. And if he shoves it in my face, I'm in hell.
You're in hell. You're in hell against a shove.
Yeah.
With
So
full house
if I'm
board.
gonna value dunk this, I think it's B75 to pot.
I think I'm going pot to pot plus 3. Pot.
Okay. And then let's think about what he should be thinking. Okay, yeah. His argument is I'm just too far up in range to fold, which is fine. But you know what? Let's be honest about something here, which I think is important. Doesn't really matter now if he's got aces or trip jacks. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
He has a hand that is a pure bluff catcher, where you're repping either a full house, which he likes blocking, or you're repping backdoor flush. So his choice now is to understand if he thinks. So the way he should think, I'm making this quite long, but this is an interesting game. He should think: is this an underbluffed or overbluffed line? Maybe one thing to think about that we haven't discussed about is, did I show any weakness or passivity on any streets? He did not. He went B50, B75. I don't think I could fold this either, but I think that the writing is on the wall. It's the value down. And I think another important thing to think about here is a bluff catcher. is that there's not much difference between aces and trip jacks here because you're kind of nuts or nothing.
So that makes sense. Should he consider that I would do this with a jack? I mean, and then why should he say not? Why,
Yeah, Dean says you could have a better jack.
right. Why should I, why should he, why should he
The
say
first
that
thing
I'm
is that there's only
bluffing?
one jack left, right? And the second thing is that he's going to have to donk this when the flush completes with the jack.
Yeah, right. Which is just a weird, it's just such a weird way to play a jack.
Yeah, the weird way to play jack here is that one, you didn't check raise on turn specifically.
Right.
The only thing that would make sense here was if you had jack 7 suited.
Yeah. That's really good. So let's look at, let's go down that rabbit hole just for a second and do
Sure.
the full house combos that don't care about the flush coming in. So on the flop, I can have jack of hearts, 10 of hearts. And that's it. That's my
Big
only,
blind, right? Big blind.
that's my only suited jacks. But I don't have to be suited to call here. Okay, I have jack 10, I have the offsuit varieties
Yeah, you'll be also
of the 10. Only the 10 though. So I can have all jack 10 that's out there. Jack of hearts and any 10.
Yeah.
For jack 5, it has to be hearts only.
Yep. One combo.
With the 7 and the 7, the hearts are available. So I was just checking, like, if I was checking to see if this eliminated the jack 7 or the jack 5, and it doesn't. So those are available. All the jack 10s, the jack 5, and the jack 7. All those make some sense. They don't seem super likely, but they make some sense. If I have a jack, like queen jack, a jack that beats or I've had the jack that I lose to. So I have to have jack 8. And it seems really weird to not raise the flop or the turn, and then when the flush comes out, to say, now I need to bet my value instead of turn my own jack into a bluff catcher going, oh God, what if I slow played myself into hell, right?
Yeah.
So I'm with you there. I think he should really discount the jacks with a little asterisk for some weird full houses that
I
got,
think your combinatorics is important too. I mean, he does have the offsuit combos of jack 10,
yeah,
but then after you go beyond, and then that would be a very weird way to play a flop boat.
yeah,
And then I think we're just left with jack 7 of hearts.
yeah. Yep. Okay.
All right.
So he doesn't fold, and
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to fold, but you can kind of put it together now that, I mean, this is what I think is another thing really valuable about these is that, we do see cards up. It takes one thing away, but it gives us another.
Yeah.
We can see how the puzzle was built here.
Could
And-
also look like I mean, we can't discount sticky pocket fives that banked the turn.
Yeah.
Because realistically on that flop against a villain who's, I mean, granted it's very limited hands, but he's c betting 100%. Like I'm probably peeling one with pocket fives there.
Sure. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Pocket fives are in there.
Sevens become more unrealistic when it goes bat. I don't think
Yeah.
sevens ever get to that river, but
Yeah.
you definitely have the pocket fives that get to the turn. You should.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in my opinion, you should.
A very good point. I think that they're there also. Now, what do we think about our hero? And now we're back to the real hero of this story. What do we think about about the Donk River as opposed to going for a check raise or a check call
Yeah,
against his range and against his holding?
I'm a little nittier here than you, and I think that's not a good thing.
So you're going to go for a check call or a check raise?
It depends on his sizing.
Okay.
If you
Well,
bet less than half, I would check raise. If he was like pot or over pot, I would probably check call.
Yeah.
But I think if we have donks that if they need to come from thick value, I think this does fall into thick value, even though there's obviously better flushes. And he has the better flushes, and it's a paired board. I think if we're going to have value donks,
okay.
It's got to come from thick value.
So we think Peak will never do this. We think Peak is going to check the river here.
100%. Peak
Good
never has
question.
leads.
Yeah,
I've
that's
got
what we
Peak
think.
up right now. I'll run it.
Yeah, and give
I
me.
think we saw leads. We saw some donks on river yesterday.
I got Peak showing right now. So here we go.
Okay, you got Peak up.
I got Peak up. So here we go. We'll go 100 so we can get post flop. We will go button raise to 3. We will move you guys out of the way. We will give me 10, 8, 10, 6, so I can at least be there. So I've got 10, 6 and not 10, 4. We won't discuss that. Flop comes Jack of spades, Jack of clubs. Is that right? Let's see. Poker record. Jack of spades, Jack of spades, Jack of diamonds, Jack of clubs, 10 of spades. Jack of clubs, Jack of diamonds, 10 of spades. Good. We check range. He bets small. He actually bet half, but we'll do that. Our 10s obviously don't fold. None of our 10s fold. And our suited 10s certainly doesn't fold. And our lovely 10-6 suited. Tiny little bit of check raising there, but it's going to be a call. Now we pick up the magical 5 of clubs on the turn. We continue to check. He continues to bet his Jack 9 happily. And this time he bets about 3/4 pot. We'll call that 6.3 here. We obviously are not folding our 10. Do any 10s fold in the 10-6 range? Let's see, 10-6. Nope, they all call, but ours calls even more happily. Now we get the 7 of clubs, and we just don't. Yep, there are just no leads, and
Yeah.
so maybe that's a way to learn. And his Jack 9 checks behind.
That makes sense. What is he? We can't do hand glass here. That's okay. So
We outplayed the solver.
because we don't have donks in solver, I don't think your donk is bad. I think this is the situation where we should on occasion use donks. I don't have my game. I think it makes sense to implement. Again, people have told me I should implement it. And this seems like a spot where you would.
Yeah. And the last thing is, if we do check the river and he decides to bet, you'd think that he needs to bet small because he needs to get called by a 10 and under pairs. And with the flush coming in, the 10 is going to be sensitive to sizing, you'd think.
Yeah, that's valid. You have to understand what's going to call this worse.
Yeah, I think that's what I think. All right. Andy.
All right. Ooh. We're gonna go all in with Jack 3.
Excellent.
Oh wait, this is cash. All right, fold to the cutoff. Who's gonna open?
Good.
Fold, fold, fold. But obviously we know, oh, it's Scotty again.
Right. And here's the mistake, but where the mistake came from was the 2. So this is, I know what my thought process is this is me saying, I don't know the 2 big blind range, but I know that it's close to tournament. And so 9 deuce. And I'm sure, by the way, now
I like what Dean said. Hero 3-bet.
Yeah, there you go. I believe that against 2, here we go. Here's the 2. I believe that this is a fold, but that the area around it is all calls, that it's pretty damn close. Let's see. Yeah.
Except it came from the cutoff, did it not?
Oh, shut up. No one asked you.
I knew you were trying to skirt.
I was. All right. By the way, we're switching over to your database. So did you got that filter I said?
I did. Yeah. The only problem is, Scotty, is I can't hide the words we need to hide.
Oh, you can't just slide it over to the left?
Yeah, but it's going to cover up some stuff.
Too much stuff?
I think so.
I'll try it.
We'll look at it when
Okay,
we
good
get
enough.
there.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is a mistake, but that's where the thought process came from. G2 is, in a cash game, I'm sorry, in a tournament, we call all this to the cutoff, and 2 is close to a tournament range. I don't know the answer, so I'll call. Now I know better. But maybe it will work out for me just like the 10-4 did.
Another river dunk coming up from Scotty, huh?
There's no chance this one's gonna be good. There's no chance. Oh, there's a chance.
Oh yeah, we already know what's gonna happen.
Oh, oh.
So our hero checks. The
Mhm.
cape's not flapping in the wind yet.
Yep.
Yeah, our villain, I don't love the sizing, but sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm going shit. I might even go bigger
Yeah.
there.
I think
Yeah.
bigger
Like
is fine.
3.
I mean,
On an ace king board, yeah, absolutely.
there is the thought that you are blocking all the kings.
Big
Fine.
hand, I want to play a big pot. We're
Yeah, that's
pretty
fine.
deep. I need to start building it now.
Yeah.
That's fine. He certainly has a region that can call you.
Yep.
You know, the stuff that's gonna call a small bet but fold to a big bet, I'm never winning a big pot anyways, so screw them.
In
Okay.
theory,
But-
this is going to have big bets all over the place.
Yeah. This feels very big.
Yep.
bet. And
So
more
anyways,
big-
hero calls.
and more big bets when it's rainbow than when it's flush draw or less.
Mm-hmm. More,
More.
I think. Yep.
Okay. There we go. All right. There we
Or
go.
more
Is it
big bets when it's rainbow. Two-tone,
Yes.
bring it down a little.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The original was wrong. That's our new one. Okay.
So
Great.
hero checks. I would have liked a hero check raise on the flop, you know, as the villain. Not obviously I'm not check, but I want to see them check raise.
Right.
Gonna-
That's
but-
what you, right. You're hoping for that.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, I'm not.
Anywho, hero checks,
Mhm.
and the villainous hero here is going to fire shit. I mean, we kind of need to I like sizing down a little bit here with the 10 coming in, kind of get an idea. Let me go like 3.
With a 9, I like going over pot.
Yes. But the 10,
The
kind of
10
like
is
we
a
talked
little-
about in the last hand, it changes the nuts a little.
Yeah.
A lot of queen jack can still be in there.
Yeah.
Especially on the last sizing. I
Yeah.
like sizing down here and seeing if they're going to, expose themselves a little here and check raise me. But
Yeah.
I'm guessing villain 446 does not size down.
Yeah.
I'm
One of the
guessing
thing I
he's
like,
gonna be 50 is
Yeah.
what my guess is gonna be.
yeah. One of the thing I like from your size down also is recapping against queen jack, but also getting value from queen 10 and jack 10 that floated. They'll call the smaller bet. They might not call the bigger bet.
Right. Or the king 10 that floated now give them an
Yeah.
excellent opportunity to check raise.
Yeah.
So
So
he sized up. That's
sized up a little bit. Yeah.
and
Yep.
our hero calls, obviously.
Yeah. Don't love the size up, but it's not an overbet. So
Right. I don't hate the size up. I'm just saying I think
no, I don't
long
love
term.
as hero. Me.
Oh yeah.
Big
You
blind
mean
does-
personally looking at the sizing up? Yeah, you're like, oh
Exactly.
crap.
In big blind, when I saw the 75, I went, well, don't love that, but it's not an overbet. It's not a pot size bet. He's not shutting me out. So let's get there. Ah, we're there. All right. And I already wrote that it was a flush on the flop, that it was flush on the riv. Flush on the riv on a flush
I'm
draw.
guessing our hero is gonna go like pot size donk again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pot.
Seems to be his MO.
Yeah.
I'm
I wonder-
definitely clicking the notes box if I'm villain and saying, yeah,
Yeah.
twice he ran down the flush on the river and donked pot. Beware.
I wouldn't even mind an overdonk on this board. Because the other board,
Yeah.
the other board had a full house that I had to
And
be
also
Right.
on this board, the ace of spades, the king of spades is on the board, which removes a
Yeah.
lot of his thick value.
gets rid of a lot of his flushes that would be a problem.
His
for-
RFI thick value. Yeah.
Okay.
I
And I'm gonna
like
take-
this dunk more than the last one.
enough to take this call. Hello. You know, you guys can continue to talk when I'm on the phone. You don't need.
Well, you're in control of the screen. We need to. There
I
we
know.
go.
Well, I meant to hit it. So there we go.
Oh.
So yeah, it's pot size. I think I would have liked overpot if I had thought about it, saying that his hands that call me are all good. I mean, he's folding all his pair. He's folding his, if he got here with jacks or queens somehow, they were all folding. So he's got all my value is at least against an ace, so I could go bigger.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to go bigger here because of the ace and the king of spades. I think the ace and the king of spades is really important to me.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think of that. And I mean, I don't have to, he doesn't have to be as good as ace king here. I just have to realize that his king is that I'm not trying to get value from a king. It's an ace, and an ace is going to call. I mean, I don't say an ace is going to call 40, but an ace is going to call 25, if not 20.
So you
right?
think would if you could play this hand again, would you go B150 like the 30 bigs?
No, I'd go 25.
Okay.
B150 is counting on him having 2 pair plus.
Yeah, that's valid.
But just an ace. I just, a king is folding, an ace is not folding, and an ace that doesn't fold to 20 isn't folding to 25. That's what I'm saying. I think his sensitivity is going to be right around 30. So there we go. All right. Up next is Richie. Let's hope I'm not in this next hand.
You are.
I am.
Oh,
right.
with all of your 8s are just dead. This will get interesting.
Oh, this is terrible. Richie, do you want to turn on your mic? If not, we're going to Adrian. All right, Adrian.
So where am I?
You're
Jack
watching
8,
me with his money.
Jack 8 fold, Jack 8 fold, Queen 5 fold, Pocket 10s opens, Jack 6 should fold, but they're probably gonna call. Oh, he folded. Okay, and 8 calls. Yeah, 8 calls.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't 3-bet it? You don't
No.
have to worry about the
Eights?
annoying quad over quads.
Yeah, I don't 3-bet 8s here. And let's see, against a size of 3, let's see what the wizard likes.
I'm thinking mixing 9s and
Yeah,
about it.
I've been mixing, and then that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's got a mix all the way down, but 9s is where it gets big.
No, no, you're going here. Okay.
Yeah.
So 9s is the cutoff for the 3-bet.
For
Not
this,
eights.
I mean, we have slivers of it. We have a good healthy sliver, 25% of all these, but you could simplify your life and shove all of this into 9s, and then you'd still have enough left over. You could simplify this and do 8s all the time, actually, if you wanted to. 8s and 9.
Yeah.
Take all your 7s, all your 6s, all your 5s, and then you'd be doing a little bit too much, but 3-betting a little too much is better than not 3-betting enough. So
Agreed.
that wouldn't be bad. All right.
Yeah, I
So
think
I should be so I should
I
do it
think
if
I
I
3-bet too much here.
So if I had known this, I would have done it because I had the no, I wouldn't do it. The 8 of spades has to be the first card. For
Okay.
when I'm
So that's how you're
playing
doing it.
traceable. So this is a call for Scotty here. If I was playing this strategy perfectly, which I'm not, but if I were, this would be a call. All right.
Mm.
Back to Adrian.
Okay. Queen 2, I think, yeah, I'm betting the 10. So check, should be a check, kind of bet.
Yep. He c-bets half pot.
Okay, that's cool. So you get one call from the 8s.
Yep.
You get a call.
Absolutely.
Right? You get a call.
Yeah. Easy call.
You got a 4. You should check here. And 10s should bet here, I think. And
Kind of like I think 10s should check and check call the river.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I
that's
think 10s are check calling the river here.
yeah.
That's what they should do.
Yeah, here's my reasons. Why I think it's the best play. Um, first of all, the idea that you would check range on this board is okay. But once I'm filtered at all, the only way to describe this hand is marginally made now.
Yep.
And a marginally made hand does better as a check. So that's in poker coaching language. In Hungry Horse language, what's the most profitable line in poker? Bet the flop, check the turn, and check call and bluff catch the river. Okay, so that's the Hungry Horse explanation for the same action. Now here's the last one. Of the backdoors that came in, the one that I blocked came in. So I'm not as worried about the flush on the river. So of all my combos of tens, if I'm going to check back any of them, one with a 10 of spades is a good one. So those are all the reasons why I think this is better. Oh, and I'll put it one more reason. Tell me how many streets of value you want to get from tens on this board. 2 or 3.
Three hands.
Just two. Just
Yeah,
getting
if you get 3, you're probably beat. Probably.
Yeah.
You're going to
Just
get
getting
2. So you can get the flop and the turn, the flop in the river, the flop in the river, or the turn in the river. We can see a good reason to go turn river, but we've already decided not to. And flop and river is a better choice in general in no limit than flop and turn. Flop and turn is a better example in the old limit poker. And again, of all the ones that can afford to go flop river, the one with the 10 of spades can. So there we go. He goes half pot.
If I'm eights, I have a spade. I think I've 10, eights. This is interesting for the eights.
Yeah.
It's interesting for the eights because there should be some calling here for the eights.
Mhm.
And I might call here. I might call here with the eights. Because I'm over the 6. Only thing that beats me right there is queens and pocket pairs over.
Mhm.
So I might call that 8 right there.
Right.
But if he bets the river, I gotta fold. Depending on the river.
Okay. So which do you think calls more? With the 8 of spades or without the 8 of spades?
I think you probably should not have the 8 of spades because you want him to have spades.
Spades to continue. And then if you get here on the
Yeah.
river, you want the 8 of spades when you get there on the river.
Yeah,
if the
because then
spade
that
comes in.
blocks it. Yeah.
Yeah, if the spade comes in. And if the spade doesn't come in, you don't want it. All right. So I call. We're going to check this one. We're going to run this one quick through the solver there.
Or
Interesting.
check. It should go check here. I don't think 10 should try to get any more out of that.
You go check. Why do I donk? Why do I turn
Well,
this into a bluff?
I don't know. I don't know what story
I
you're
bet-
trying to tell there.
You know what I think I do? I think I do
What?
the mistake we talked about before. I think I'm going to go 8 here to keep a queen from betting bigger. And I think this is a mistake. And I think this is the mistake that we see me make over and over again because I didn't know it was a mistake till yesterday and last week when we started this exercise. Yeah. So that's what I do. It makes total sense to me, and it's a mistake, and I have to stop doing it.
I mean, it's not a mistake if you're conserving mental energy because what you're doing is you're essentially inoculating yourself from a tough river decision.
Yeah, and I should not be doing that.
Agreed.
Okay, there we go. All right. Now, aside from the river that we know peak will never do, let's just peak this thing. For peak, where's peak? Where are you, peak?
So Peak is saying you call with jacks here?
No, I'm gonna. Here's peak.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm.
I was just looking at that chart.
No, that was a different hand. All right.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So this is going to be back to the beginning. This is going to be a button raise and pocket 8s. You guys are always in the way of peak. There we go. Get out of my way, peak. Okay. The 8s do a heavy mix here. Peak has simplified it like this, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Do we want to be didactic and use the rate ranges?
Yes. Yes, we do.
Well,
Are we being didactic or pedantic? I'm not sure.
I knew I was close, but I'm not sure which one. I wanna
But the
do.
peak I want to just point out the raise size is different
Okay.
in the raked version.
Okay, so
But we're in the raked version now. Here we go. The big blind in the raked version, yep, does this. So we call.
still 25%.
Queen
I think I might be raising too much if I'm,
diamond heart.
because I always 3-bet here.
Queen of diamond.
I think that you're better three betting more than you are three betting too little
Four spades.
live. I-
Yeah.
I think
And then if he
you're better off, especially against a button RFI.
This
I
is the
mean,
closest
yeah.
half pot they have.
being comfortable three betting and playing a big pot out of position with a marginal hand is part of the magic elixir of doing well live.
Okay.
Well,
I think
like
you're
my
better off
brain
three
is
betting.
thinking I only have 100 big blinds I want to flip for stacks here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's fine. And
That's my
I'd
whole
like to
strategy.
three bet
This
the
wasn't the
eights,
flip.
and I wish frankly I would three bet the eights more in this configuration live.
Because I'm totally happy, like 3-betting eights and saying, "Do you
Yeah.
feel lucky, kid?"
In this case, you weren't flipping, but I get your point.
Yeah, you'd be like a
Yeah.
huge. Well, if they 4-bet you, then you say, "I'm gonna fold my queens here."
Can you just
Yes.
go look and see if you're supposed to bet your tens here? It's probably mixes.
Oh yeah, let's look at that. Let's look at that
Oh, you
part.
bet tens all day.
It mixes.
Why would you not bet tens?
Mixes.
Because you have a marginal
Under
hand
pair.
and there's over to your card.
Hmm.
It's
Wiz,
But-
Wiz has a completely different strategy.
all right. We're gonna look at
Interesting.
then we'll look at Wiz because that's entertaining. All right. On the four spades. So here's the button. We called. On this, we have pure checks. His tens now, as we said, his tens go into absolute check down
Yeah.
mode.
This is important to see,
Yeah.
right?
And now against the larger bet, he went half pot. Against the larger bet, eights just start folding. And
You're
the eight of
indifferent.
spades, here's the thing we wanted to see. Never with the eight of spades. Eight of spades is good here. So your reasoning, Adrian, that I agreed with there of saying, I want my opponent to be on spades to continue is less important than I would like a spade to block him when he continues from getting there.
Ah,
see
so
the-
so you see the eight of spades is your blocker. That's
The
why
eight
you're
of spades, the eight of spades doesn't block him from having spades because we'd like him to have spades. It's when he has spades, the eight of spades blocks him. Oh, it does one other thing. The eight of spades does one other fabulous thing. Of course, the eight of spades is better. On the eight on the river, the board's not paired yet. On the eight on the river, we never hit a set when he hits a flush. Here, with the eight of spades, without the eight of spades, one of our outs could be dirty.
Yeah, I like
Ah,
the
so-
reasoning
so you
there.
have,
and,
That's the reason. That's the reason.
so you have
You
two
just-
clean outs as opposed to one clean out. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
And as you can see,
Yeah, that
not
makes a lot
that
more
big-
sense now. Yeah.
and you can see it's not that big a deal. It's 0.01%, but it is a deal. So
So the 0.01 is enough to shove you over from
from always to always to most of the time.
yeah. Okay, that's
And-
huge. Okay.
Right. And if you didn't know this and you called all your eights, you would not be giving up that much EV. This would not be a bad play to call all of them. But we want to understand the theory because there'll be other times when the theory will come in that it matters more. Plus, we're learning this not just to be better poker players, we're also learning this to learn this. So there you go. So that's why the eight of spades is good. And then on the river, of course, there is no four of diamonds donk. We call four of diamonds. There are no donks. It does not exist. This is pure check. Okay, let's take a look at this in the wizard for fun.
Okay. And you were on a different node when I said they have a completely different strategy.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were talking about something else. It's
Oh.
pretty much the same.
All right, then screw the wizard. Let's go on.
Yeah.
All right. Up next is we just did who did we just did? We didn't do Richie. We skipped Richie and we did
I'm back now.
Okay,
If,
great.
It's Adrian's hand, I think.
The next one is Richie's. There you go.
Yeah.
Share.
Oh, share. Yeah, there's that. Okay. She still hasn't.
All
told
right.
me. I did send this to Katrina, right? Yes, good. Okay. I will share now. Back to Zoom, back to share, share Zoom. There we go. All right, Richie, I give you this mess and I'm
It's-
not. I am in it. What the fuck?
You are. So I don't know if I've missed a theme because I joined late, or is it just
Right. There's a theme, but
general?
there's a theme, but it'll
Okay.
reveal itself
So the button should be the opener, right? I guess.
in this case. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. And because it's this 5/8 should fold, and because it's a small sizing you can call, because it's really small.
Maybe, but
You can
should I?
defend.
Can I actually call a 10-7 here?
Off the
Or
top of
not?
my head, I genuinely don't know, but because it's two big blinds, not 2.5, I know the range is quite wide for
Yeah.
big blind, and I feel like 10-7 may just squeeze in.
Yeah.
But I
Let's see.
don't know.
That's what happened in game was I didn't know and I thought it might and I did. So now let's find out. Close.
Oh, it's a no.
It's another
Just hit-
mistake. It's
I
close.
think that's close enough to a rim shot, so we can give you
Yeah,
a pass
I
on
think
that
it's
one.
that's still a better fold. Still a better fold because look at the one that's close
Yeah.
here. I mean, this one's not that good anyway. And the difference between
Yeah.
10-7 and 10-8 is a lot.
Yeah.
It
What's
is.
just out of curiosity, what's the EV of this when is it a fold? Does it only show 0, or if you called it, it won't
Just
show you, it won't show you a
It'll
call?
show a
will it?
negative at the fold.
Doesn't go negative.
No. Okay.
What's your show for 10-7?
0.
I wish they showed negative.
Yeah.
Like they don't show negative,
Yeah.
which is so that means they're lying to us.
There we go. So this is bad. And looking at his stats, there's no other reason to justify it, you know.
No, because if it's negative, they wouldn't ask you to call. That's
Yeah,
why
you
it's
just fold.
0.
There we go. Yeah, just don't do it. All right, here we go. So there's the mistake.
But this is actually negative when you call 10-7
Yes, it was.
off.
Yes, this
So
was.
there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Richie.
So you check this obviously to
Mhm.
the button here. It's two broadways, so they can continue, but they continue smaller because it's a flush. I would say they can continue.
He goes
Yeah.
big.
He goes big.
I
So obviously
like it.
you're not. Yeah, it's reasonable, right? It's reasonable. Obviously you've got a 10, so you can't fold here. You were not going to call and then fold for even for this size, and so you've got to at least call a street, but you're straight away not happy about it. Yeah, now you check. The Queen Jack should check because they don't have even a Queen of Diamonds here to be considering as turning it into a bluff, so they should just check it.
Right.
But
But
they've gone
he
small.
turns it into a blocker bluff there.
Oh, this is beautiful. He's playing the right way.
So you don't have
He's
any
recapping
information on this player, do you?
Oh,
Yep.
Scotty's in trouble.
Yep. So
Yeah.
here's the example, Larry. This is a good example of recapping.
Yeah, because
I'm
this is
I'm
an
tapped at a
equity
single
shifting
ace.
card in 2 dimensions, if you would.
Yeah. Exactly, because I could easily have a 6 here and I could easily have diamonds, and both of those would want to check would raise. So I
Yeah,
call, and he goes Scotty is capped.
I was about to say, did you ever consider raising here? Because it would be as a bluff, not as a value. You're not doing it as a 10.
Yes.
You could be going, okay, I will be raising my 6s here. I may have more. I likely have more. No, I do have more 6s than them. I will raise them, right?
I think I need a 7 of diamonds to do it. I need to block. I think to turn this into a bluff, I need to block the flush.
Okay. So you're calling here, and then what's your thoughts on the street before they do anything? If you remember, I
I'm
don't know if
going
you
to
remember.
misplay. I'm going to misplay the river, and it's either going to work out. It's either going to work out very well or terribly for me.
Well, we
Okay.
knew from looking up top. We know you're gonna
Is
donk
this-
for the win.
Is this a Scotty mistake themed study
Oh, yeah.
session?
Well, it didn't mean to be Scotty mistakes, but there are a lot of Scotty mistakes in this.
We all make mistakes, don't
Oh,
we?
and we didn't.
Okay,
I didn't put in the 8s. Here we go. Which is
So what's
under.
interesting here is if we think the villain is exploitative in the sense that he used a very small size on turn in
Well-
order to elicit information. Is he going to listen to your block size bet here and bluff raise?
Right, exactly. Because if he does, then this makes it the absolute worst possible thing that I could do.
Because he has indicated that he is playing, as some people pointed out, he is playing, it appears, an exploitative game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that much
Oh,
exploitative.
you get the
That's-
fold.
They didn't do it. I got a better hand to fold, and it kept him from bluffing a hand that I might have folded to.
No, you bluffed
No,
with the
not
best
good.
hand.
Yep.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, so
Um,
you had the better hand here, right? So in theory, you could have done yourself out of value, but you removed the difficult decision, right?
Yes,
Of you having to bluff catch.
yeah. If I had bluff caught.
Yeah. Bluff caught, yeah.
Okay.
But it's tough. It's very tough. I'm not saying I don't think I would have done the blocker bet on the turn, but I'm not saying I would have raised on the block bet on the river, but I'm not saying I would have raised on the turn either. So I'd have probably been in the situation where I was bluff catching and unsure.
It's
Yeah.
actually a very good donk lead card. The 6 of diamonds.
This one is, yeah. To donk the
It
turn.
is.
To donk the turn, yeah.
Would you
Okay.
do it with the marginal hand holding that
Right.
Scotty has here?
I don't know, but I'm just stating it's a good
I-
donk card.
I
think
agree.
this-
For
I
range,
think-
it's a good
Sam, there's an easier answer. I
I-
wouldn't be there because 10-7 is out of range even to a 2 big blind bluff. I'm a better player than Scotty. That's the correct answer.
Okay, I agree that
No,
it's
just
a
look
good.
look
donk.
into the wizard and see if like 10-8 off donk. I don't think it should, but
All right, well,
yeah, I don't think you're going to turn your marginal holdings into a lead here. I mean,
Yeah.
You might because Solver is going to spread that range across its donk range probably across a bunch of different hand classes. I don't know if it would turn 10 in. It might, but
Yeah.
that doesn't seem intuitive. But then again, Solver specialist.
and the turn small bet, we can't really tell if he's doing the hungry horse or not, because
No.
the hungry horse guys would also use this small size if they have a nutted hand, like if they have a high value hand. Because the thought was, if I had pocket tens here, if we bet small because the nut changes, the big blind will raise with their flushes if we bet small.
Right,
So you can't really exploit that.
Right, we want them to, we want them as the horse. We want them to call with their weak stuff and raise with their strong stuff. And in this
Yeah.
case, usually because we have nothing and we'll fold to it. But this is the case where, great, we want you to raise with your strong stuff because we have
Yeah.
stronger stuff.
Yeah. So there.
Yeah, I think Solver would actually check back at some frequency here.
Yeah.
With
Well,
a set of tens that voted up on turn.
If anybody wants to run this one in Wizard, feel free. I'm not going to run it in Peak because we know that Peak doesn't have any of the leads here. Does Peak have even turn leads?
I don't think
Peak
Pete
doesn't
has
have
any leads
turn
ever.
leads?
I
We
think people-
saw some leads yesterday from
Oh
it.
man.
Or did we
On
go? Oh,
River.
we did. Anyway, okay, good on. Anyway, okay, moving on. We are on to Mike.
Peak is broken then.
All right. King 5 suited, definitely a raise here in
Yep.
hijack. And Ace 2 suited would be just a pure call for me.
All right, and he does.
And we would be, this shouldn't get any, might have some slivers of Donks if we were to look in, but we're going to check range pretty much here.
Mhm.
And then our hero with King 5 would be a good C bet. It would be on the B33 to B55, B50 sizing, I'm sure. It goes like that B33 sizing.
Mhm.
And just a call there from the big blind would be appropriate.
Woohoo!
So, okay, the ace deuce, just check here. And then this is a nice little turn card for heroes holding.
Mhm.
And yeah, we got a barrel and the sizing should be. Ooh. I wouldn't go like an overbet sizing or anything, but I'd probably be looking at like B75, B50 minimum. And you went, what'd you do? B75-ish, B66-ish?
That's it's like a little bit more than 75.
Okay.
A little more than 75.
Yeah, that's good. Ace deuce is not doing well here. It's probably, I'm thinking it's indifferent, but it's probably needs to call. And if this were me and I was in the big blind, I'd be looking at the HUD at this point. We have plenty of hands against this player,
Yep.
and I would be calling.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Look at this bastard.
Plus, I've seen all of his river donks up to this point, and
yes.
he'd just be.
So
Oh, got bailed out.
I don't usually donk here. Like I don't usually continue here on the turn.
You
Like if
mean
I
call?
don't
You mean?
improve, yeah. No, I mean for King 5.
I did improve. I did.
Oh,
Improve.
oh,
we
King 5 needs
turn
to
a
go.
gutter.
I turned a
Yeah.
gutter. I had nothing before. Now I have a gutter.
Yeah,
I
King
know,
5
but
needs to
it's-
barrel here almost every time.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. You get so many. You have so much fold equity, and your hand is pretty much crap.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I now have an out. I didn't have an out before. I
Yeah,
had
the 3 is
zero
what
outs
really
here.
helps you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see the 3 is much better than I do. Okay.
Yeah. I love the 3.
Gutter ball.
Okay.
I mean, the guy who's playing 9 deuce and 10-7. I mean, gutter balls are basically the nuts.
What is
Exactly.
his range?
Like if that 3 was a deuce, I'd consider pot or overbet.
Okay.
Tell me why.
Well, the 3 brings in some straights that big
Oh,
blind
that
can
he
have.
could already have. With a
Yeah.
deuce, he can't. And it still gives me my no, but
Okay.
it doesn't give me my out.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna change
Interesting.
my vote. So yeah.
Okay.
I agree with you.
so Mike, you're going nuts on a deuce and I'm not because the
On a
deuce
blank. Yeah,
Yeah.
a deuce would be a blank. This 3 is not a blank. It's
Okay. Yeah, I was giving up on a deuce. Okay.
Okay, let's hit our gut shot.
Oh, we did. We did.
Boom.
And then
And you get Scottied into.
I get Scottied into, but I get Scottied into for 10%.
Yeah, he's actually a real blocker bet.
Right.
I think he's thinking the same thing you are. That
Yeah.
It's
So
Uh,
I
sort
don't
of
like all
straight,
these
and you
blockers.
can't
Ace
really
king.
raise him.
He's thinking ace king can't raise me.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's putting in a real blocker.
So here's the
Let's
exploit you
blocker.
do to these guys. This is clearly a sizing tell.
Yeah.
You just click it to like 8 with everything that could beat an ace. Like even with ace queen, you just click it to 8. With the nut hand, you click it to 8. With everything else, you click it to 8. So he can't fold this
Depends.
hand.
Yeah, I don't think it's an auto raise unless we know our opponent only uses that size as a blocking bet. That
Yeah,
can be
but
like those tiny, B10, 10% leads can I've used them as a polar fucking bet many times.
Yep.
With like either blocking or just the super nuts because it almost, especially live, it seems like in my experience a lot like that super small bet is almost like the bullfighter waving the red
Exactly.
flag.
Block.
Like
Yeah.
it just makes people want to fucking hammer the pot.
Yeah.
Is that
And we have a
is
name
that
for
really
that.
though?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. We have a name
with
for that. BSTI and Bestie. That's small to induce. And yes, it happens.
Yes, it happens, but from what I see, the couple hands that in this session already, if it's a margin thing, it's a small bet. If it's a big hand, like when you hit your 2
Oh,
flushes,
yeah.
it's a big bet. So
Yeah. We haven't seen anybody do a BSTI here, but we've done it ourselves.
yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying that the BSTI exists, but
Yes.
most of the population, when they do this small bet, it's a weak hand. So
I agree.
when you have a hand that I'm leaning towards like on the statistic side where most likely if I have ace queen, this guy has something like ace 8 if I click it to 8 or 10, he's probably not gonna fold.
Right.
That's
And then
what
if it
I'm gonna.
jams on,
Yeah,
and then if
that's
it
what
jams
I'm
on you, you
gunning
change
for.
your mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. That works. And if you have nothing,
You
you
make it bigger.
make it bigger.
What
You
size
do-
would you use with air?
With air, you make it this size, like 15, 18. Yeah.
Okay.
And if
so
you
I
have a
guess
nut
you
hand
did-
like Scotty has here, you make it like 8.
yeah. And I thought that I
Could
got,
see that.
and I thought I was getting called by an ace at this size.
Yeah.
Or in two pair.
Yeah, the BSTI exists, but
Yeah.
most of the time it's
Yeah.
still a weak ass hand.
So I needed to go, and so against against his likely holdings, I guess I needed to go about 9.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm not
Scotty,
sure if he calls you with 9 too.
what size was your C bet on the flop?
I did the small. I did 1/3 on the flop, 3/4 on the turn. And
I just wanted to check our suspicions about bet sizing on the turn, if what we need to do there.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just putting it in. That's all.
Okay, great. Okay, good. We'll go back to that in a minute. Up next is Derek, and then we'll revisit this hand with Mike Solve. Derek, 2, 3, 4. You there, Derek? All right,
Yep.
we'll move. We'll come back to Derek.
Okay,
Okay. All right, go, Derek.
Okay, go
I
Derek.
don't think Queen 2 opens in the low
No,
jack.
this hand is about to go off the
Yeah,
rails.
it's a fold.
These are
I-
gonna
I
go off
think
the
that-
rails. You're not in it, Scotty.
I know.
So I think everything else folds to the blinds.
It should, but the Jack 3 is gonna open. Weird. He's okay. He goes for it. So
I
that's
think
the
that's a
first
blunder.
mistake.
That's a blunder, right?
Yep. And so is this. So both of these
Oh,
are mistakes. Let's watch the rest of the mistakes.
I don't like ace deuce.
Yeah.
Gets rewarded. He should
Yep.
check here, but yeah,
Mhm.
my guess is he's
Checks.
gonna donk. No,
Right.
I was wrong.
There's the check.
Jack 3 has nothing, so he checks.
But he's gonna bet on a C bet on a his theory is gonna be ace high boards are good for me and bad for you. So I'll C bet. And he C bets big to try to get his answer. So he's
I
doing
don't like it at all. I don't
Yeah.
like it at all.
I think that what's going on in his head is that he's going one and done. So if he doesn't pick up a diamond, that he's saying, this size will tell me whether you have an ace. I think that may be what he's thinking. It's not a good thought, but it is what I believe he's thinking. We'll see if I'm wrong.
Okay.
So now he should go, he has an ace.
10 of diamonds. Oh, yes.
Yep. So
Villain ace deuce is going to just check.
and should he?
Jack
We agree that he shouldn't have called pre-flop, but as played, should he check here or bet?
As played, I just check here.
Yeah, I think it's a good
I
check
want
here.
to see a cheap showdown.
Exactly. That's what he should be thinking. Check,
Jack 3 is gonna bet, of course.
and he should. We go big.
I like a bigger bet here. I'd bet
Okay.
13. I'd
Okay,
pot it.
go full on and say no, my ace is better than your ace. I know
Yeah.
you have an ace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but you,
I'm going
this.
13.
Here's the problem with this, Derek. I agree with you. And then the river just shove it, say, no, I told you my ace was better. Fold your damn ace. You can't do it against this broken stack. This broken stack is never folding an ace.
you
So you don't think he's gonna fold for 26?
No.
no.
He's got an ace. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
He's got,
Yep. Like you don't have any leverage.
yeah, you don't have any, you
'Cause he's
just
so
don't
short.
have enough oomph. And if you did, maybe you should just jam this now. Maybe. I don't know about this at all, but I'm in the idea of if you're ever going to get the fold, you have to get it now, or you have to get there. And so might as well give yourself the best chance and then get there if you have to. Don't know. But anyway,
But I think I think betting 8 is or 10
Yeah.
is a blunder here.
Yeah.
I think I'd bet more.
Yep.
So then it just he calls.
He
Eyes
calls.
an ace.
She's not gonna fold.
Should
Yeah.
he jam? Since
He
he's not gonna fold
He
ever.
could.
Should he jam? Or is he turning, is he only getting, is he getting called by all better hands and only getting folds from worse hands? Or is he protecting himself from draws if he jams and
It's
charges?
it's drawing enough where he could get called by a worse hand.
Yeah.
It's what my
It's wet
Yeah.
enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I can see that.
queen 10, queen 9.
He calls.
Donkey.
Yeah. Turns his ace into a bluff here. Which is
Actually,
probably,
don't hate it.
I think I do because of his short stack.
Yeah. He doesn't have enough ammunition.
Right. Is this guy folding any ace to the
No.
17 when the flush comes in?
No.
Even though there's a 4-liner, even though there's spades. If this guy
There's a
has
1-liner to a
ace
5.
9, is he
1-liner
ever
to
is he ever folding? I think he's not.
It's really merging.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is bad.
Was there also the chance we consider that, devil's advocate, villain 432 is, a newish player, first time multi-tabling, and
Yeah.
hasn't set to 4-color deck yet. So he's, quick glance, he's like, ooh, I got ace deuce suited.
Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah.
God. That is an awesome read.
That's an interesting way to look at it. But it's a very imaginative way to look at it. I'm gonna roll with it, man. I'm gonna roll with that idea.
I don't care if it's true. I love it.
I do
That is-
too.
that is
It's
such a
quite
great
imaginative. That's quite imaginative.
The 2-color deck is
That's
a
deep
beginner
read.
multi-tabling move, right?
That is a deep read. All right. He blocks top pair with no kicker at a 4-liner when he's short and he jams. And it's about half pot. And he lets villain 429 off the hook. Right. There we go. Up next is Sam.
Sure. 9-7 open. Suited.
I like it. Totally.
Market. King 9
Small blind
defend.
calls. No, that's tight fold there, Scotty.
You shut your whore mouth.
Oh, it's
all
a
right.
double down hand.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so King 9 suited goes to the call. Ooh,
King 10-4. Check. What kind of board is this? Wet and dynamic.
wet,
Bet.
dynamic, and flush draw, everything.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
super
wet means flush draw.
Oh, I thought
No,
wet
this
was
is
straight
this is static and dynamic actually, because not a lot of turn cards will change the nuts.
Oh, sure they will. Straight
Is
the ace changes the nuts, the jack, the queen, the diamond.
Is a textbook.
I mean
wet
over
dynamic
card.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's textbook wet and dynamic.
That is yeah. Wet
bet
dynamic
small.
predicted. Okay. So he bets small.
Villain got nothing to do but call.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the threshold for the check raise here with your kings?
Good question.
I think king queen you start check raising. King
Yeah.
king queen king jack you could check raise.
Yeah.
What
I think-
about King Jack with a diamond?
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, you could
maybe
do that.
King Jack with a diamond comes in.
Yeah.
Because I know king queen king jack off. It's all in there.
I like that. I like that. I like king queen. I like king 10, and I like king 9 not doing it. And we don't
Yeah.
have ace king.
The worst kings you don't check
Yeah.
raise as
Yeah.
much.
So let's. Where is? This is the one. Here we go. Let's go peeking. It's this was a button raise, right?
No, this is a cutoff race.
Cutoff raise and this,
call.
and let's find his size here. I'm going back here. 3. So we're gonna use the 3 size on the cutoff. All right. So 3 on the cutoff. Here we go. Change to 8 max, so we get the 3. Cutoff raises, big blind defends is king 9 suited with a little bit of raises, mostly calls.
Yep.
You saw that 9-7 is not there, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's not there, and this is a chip EV range. So this is an expansion.
We had 9-7. Doesn't the wizard have it?
Not at
Not
3,
in the cutoff.
and
At
not in the cutoff.
2.5 it does, doesn't it?
I'm
I
gonna
thought
defer
it
to
was
Mike.
9-7. I thought the wizard had 9-7 in the cutoff.
9-7 doesn't open.
No, but not 3. But anyway, but that's fine because we're not looking at him. We're looking at this guy.
Gotcha. So nitty.
Yeah, let's see. 10-4 of diamonds, king of spades. Spades. We have the check range.
Obviously,
have-
it's peak cash.
Yeah.
Bet 1/3.
We have the equivalent of 9-7 is going to be 9-8 here, and the 9-8 of diamonds can bet if he wants. He bets small. The sizing on this board, by the way, notice how much this is a big bet board. Sam,
Yeah, because it's too Broadway.
2 Broadway.
Yeah.
All these things. Okay,
But
but he did bet small.
we
so
all
again,
know I'm
small
not
bet.
GTO.
What are
Bar,
what
my
are
peak
king-
has 9-7.
Peak had 9-7?
Peak's 9-7.
He has
Yeah,
9-7. Oh no, that's the big blind. No, we want to see the cutoff.
No, it has. It has
You
9.
raised from the cutoff. You have,
Cutoff.
but
9-7. What are you saying? It's not a raise. There. Thank you.
It
Perfect.
wasn't. Go back to cutoff preflop. Just click on cutoff preflop.
9-7.
7. It
It wasn't
mixes, but
there.
it's there.
It wasn't there in your raked version.
Yeah. Well, I moved. Anyway,
All right, cutoff.
right. So back here.
Cutoff with
The raked
the
version and the 6 max.
Here we go.
It's there
So-
either way.
Thank you.
All
We'll
right.
go- We'll show that in a second. We're just to make fun of Mike.
So
But-
no top pairs are folding.
Yeah, no top pairs are folding and no real raises here. And when we get bigger, the king
Oh,
queen.
this was the question. We wanted to know if we had check raises here, and so
2 pair, no, king queen a little bit. So basically not with it, not you know,
Not
2
a
pair.
whole lot of check
Oh,
raising
check
even
raising.
with a king.
is this because my theory would be that way because cutoff has ace king, even though we're blocking.
Yeah,
Cutoff has ace king. Is that maybe why this is? Cutoff
Yep.
has a better hand that we never have. I think that's why we don't
Yes.
check it.
here we go. He bets small, we call. He gets there.
Ooh, he gets there. Check. What is he gonna do? Is he the hungry horse? Is he gonna bet small?
And he sizes up.
No, he goes for a big bet
Yeah, not the biggest of bets, but
on the bigger side.
he goes for the bigger side.
Yeah, the king 9 really doesn't look good now.
And here is our
Check.
here's our donk for
The fuck?
here is this is a top pair, no kick, flush on turn board.
What size did he use?
Big.
About 2/3.
It's not a small sizing.
Yeah, 2/3, 66%.
So the question I would have is, do we value raise when the ace
Yes.
of diamonds, king of diamonds, queen of diamonds is not on the board with this hand, this class of? I would think we need to because we didn't see a check raise on turn.
Yeah. No, he doesn't, but yeah.
No, I don't think this hand should raise.
Okay.
Okay, we're not. Where is your cutoff? What flush are you going to in position raise?
I mean, what kind of flush? What kind of hand is he donking? Uh, like
Well, yeah, his line doesn't make sense. It is the point. His line doesn't make sense because you didn't see a check raise on turn. Not everybody's going to check raise their nuts. Some
like
people are going to slow play and make this donk, but like his ace high flushes where your flushes over flush. So your question is what? My answer to your direct question is he doesn't have much that he should dunk, and so it's hard to suss out this range.
yeah, that means there's more crap in his range, and
So
he's
your argument
folding.
is we can't raise because we don't have worse that can fold. I'm sorry, worse that can call.
Yeah, because his range is polar. Because like
His
for
range is
this
polar as
example's
fuck.
sake, I'll call like one pair garbage, right? And then he either has like the nutted part of his range, and then he has garbage like what he has here. So our hand
Okay,
is
let me ask the question a different way. Are you only in position raising the ace high flush here?
no. I would pick a hand like if I have king six of diamonds, then I'll start considering raising because he would have like nine high flush, jack high flush, and queen high flush. But this
Okay,
hand,
what about the
I don't beat
what
queen high. I don't beat jack high.
what about a queen high flush?
Same thing. If I had like queen eight of diamonds, I might consider raising. But I think king high is it would be my cutoff, and I wouldn't do it with like if I had king jack of diamonds, I wouldn't raise. If I had king six of diamonds, I would raise.
You want to unblock the jack high diamond flush.
Yes, I
Yeah,
want
I understand.
more hand in his range that could call. This hand does not. It's not there.
Yeah,
Like
our side card in the I had not considered that. You mentioned it before. The side card in our flush here is important because
yeah,
it will allow him to have a more flushes that can call us that are worse.
yeah. So
You're
what?
right. That is an important consideration. It's quite subtle, but you're right. It is a consideration.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, um, if we have specifically the queen jack of diamonds, we want to we want to raise we definitely don't want to raise.
No, I'm not raising queen jack of diamonds.
Like,
No.
queen jack of diamonds we don't, and queen
Like
seven
Queen nine of diamonds, which you would
nine.
have
like
here.
Good.
like
Okay.
queen nine of diamonds isn't even like the, he only has like jack x of diamonds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I would just go by king like
Ace and king.
king six.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do? Because he only has that because he check raises his ace high and queen king high flushes
He
in big
only
blind. So you're saying I heard you say that he only has jack high flushes here in the big blind. Is that right?
I
Jack
don't
high or
say he
less
only
flushes.
has
But
jack
he has
high, but when I bet big on the turn, he's more unlikely to raise his jack high flush on the
I see your
turn.
point. He
So
stripped somewhat of his nut and suck it nut hands on the turn.
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
right.
Because when he takes this sizing on the river, I'm like, there's a lot of flush in there. If I had a flush myself, I'll be like, how many flushes could I potentially get called by? The more that I could get called by, the more likely I raise. The less that I could get called by, the less likely I raise. That's just how I
That
make
works.
it simple.
Yeah. It's an interesting spot.
Yeah.
We got this one written down. Okay. Nick is the next one, and then we're going to switch over to uh, Mike's database if Mike can, and Mike will tell us whether he can by then. Here we go. Nick.
Sevens RFI and wins.
That's what should happen. But let's see what does.
King seven check, pocket sevens here.
Yeah.
I want to blast like I don't know, pot or 125% or something. 5 to 7.
Talk about why we're going so big.
It's a 10 high board. It's dynamic two tone. We're not going to connect with this a lot, and equities are likely to shift on future streets. And we unblock top pair. So
right.
this is a really good value hand to go for max value for when he has a good hand or strong draw that we don't block.
Yep. He didn't listen to you and bet small.
King 7 call.
Good. I like the king 7 call for this. By the way, pre-flop, this is not a call from king 7.
Yeah, yeah, fold.
Let's just also establish that. Oh, you said that already. Of course you did. Okay, moving on. Yeah, there we go.
Oh damn.
Not a great card for us, but we're still kind of happy. Equity is complete. So King 7 should check here. And with pocket 7s here, I'm gonna bet like 33%. Like 3 big blinds.
Okay. Up to 5 maybe.
Sure,
I
I don't hate it.
up to 50%. I meant more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say half pot's my max here.
yeah. I agree. 33 to right. He goes bigger, but not dramatically bigger.
Yeah, I mean, King 7 just call, be miserable.
King on the river. King on the river. No.
King 7 should check again, and
Call most sizes, right?
yeah, I'm trying to. I mean, 7 should probably. So my play here is probably dependent on stakes about whether I go for value or not. I think I'm going for value in most stakes. It's just when we start betting here again, we're pretty much all 10x should fold, which is a large portion of his range as played.
Yeah.
He'll have some flushes. It's pretty hard to have a king. So we're just not really getting that much value. And if he has 5-6 here, the open ender that called, it gets there. Which maybe he raises, maybe he doesn't. If he's slow playing a flush, it's basically we have to bet with the intention of folding, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's the part that does suck. He makes it easy for you.
Okay. That's kind of miserable. I mean,
This is not that bad of a donk lead.
Yeah. I'm never
I don't-
raising my 7s here.
I don't hate it.
No, we can't raise our 7s, but we also can go back to first principles, which is donks are often not top of range. And this river card doesn't, it brings in a straight, but it's straight on a flush board.
Yeah.
Here we see it again. Like the stronger hand, the 2 pair, it's a bigger sizing. The weaker hand is a weaker sizing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And his 7s, we should worry that this stronger sizing is flushes and straights.
Yes.
Is your first question here when you have 7s on this texture, do I still beat value? Is that the question you're asking yourself?
Yeah, the first question would be, do I beat some value? He could potentially have like 10-8 of diamonds and do this.
I think theory tells us if we're beating any
I mean-
portion of his range that is value, we have a call. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Yeah, because as long as if the opponent is GTO, yes, because you're beating some of his value and all of his bluffs, and he is balanced because it's
Yeah,
GTO.
and he is balanced. You have a very good point. Yeah.
So in the GTO world, the answer is yes. In the real world, you then have to ask, is it over bluffed or under bluffed? And if you go under bluffed, you go, okay, how under bluffed and how much of his value, right?
Yeah.
There's no bluff here. Like he's not bluffing after we bet twice.
Yeah.
The question should just be, is there anything in his range that we beat that is value? Which is just 2 pair.
And then the question becomes how much. I don't think I could fold this. What about you? What about you guys?
No, I'm hating it, but I'm sticking the call in.
I call.
Yeah. Because 5-6 got there, diamonds got there. We're hoping that he's calling with 7-8, 7-8.
King 10.
I mean 7-8 when we bet size up on the did we size up on the turn?
We bet small on the flop and sized up a little bit on the turn.
I guess.
Yeah.
Is this hand is super strong. Is this hand a better check back on this? Are we just too strong to check back this hand on turn?
The
On the
7s?
flush completer?
Yeah.
No, we want to bet, we want to bet on the flush completer.
Okay.
We just don't want to bet
Because
big.
the one thing I was thinking is that the 20% of the time we vote up,
Yeah.
we're always gonna stack the flush after we
Yeah.
check back. But that's not, we can't base a strategy on that. Okay, that's fair.
Exactly. It's still like, even if he has a flush, we still have decent outs, and we can stack him whenever we hit something. So
Yeah,
it's too strong to not bet.
yeah, I think you're right.
I think in theory that we're gonna check back and or bet small on like that
Yeah.
particular river type.
Yeah, I like the bet small on the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, we do want to size down in theory.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see more than 50% on the turn. I lean towards like 30%.
7-4
Scotty,
diamonds.
would you mind um making the window bigger for those of us who are stuck on phones today?
Is it this window?
Yeah, yes, thank you. Perfect.
There we go. Okay. 7-4 diamonds there. Of course, we check. Of course, we bet pocket sevens. He did it small. The solver wants to go big, and Nick wants to go over pot. There are no over pot bets in this simplified solve. That doesn't mean they don't exist, and it doesn't mean they're not a good idea. It just in this simplified solve, they don't have it. His king, when he has it, he never has the king seven off.
He bet small on the flop.
Yeah, I gave him. I'm sorry. Did I hit the wrong button? There we go. Bet small on the flop. There we go. Yes, he did. His king seven suited is just a call here. He's not doing anything. He's not doing that. His threshold to raise his king. Oh wait, these are bluffs. It's the tens. Okay. So king seven. Yeah. So he's calling with a pair. That's what he had. The king comes on the turn. So he calls there. We get the king of diamonds. There. Check range. Do sevens ever check back? Fuck no.
No.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that your answer there?
Tens do,
Yep. Tens do.
because they're blocking top air, even on the
Yeah.
board.
But tens also mostly don't, but they do.
Yeah,
All right.
I
You
think
want to go?
that I think fuck no clarifies it for me.
Okay. Do you want to go 6.3 or 10.5 here? He went in between the two. So we'll do the 6.3. There we go. And do we get a check raise from two pair? A little bit. A little bit of check raising. Not a lot. Calls. There will be no donk on the river 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the
Eight. Eight
Eight.
of
Eight of
something
spades.
else.
eight of spades. The eight of not diamonds. Yeah, we just don't have any donks here to see it, and the sevens do not back off.
What's our equity with sevens on this run out with a straight and a flush available?
Equity graph. Sevens.
Actually, you can go to the top of the chart and you see what to the right. Yeah,
Strategy.
and there. Yeah, what's it say our equity is?
87%.
All right, yeah, clear value bet.
Yeah.
When we be 75% and face a raise, what's our response?
That's a good question.
So we bet, you want to bet 75, which is 17, right?
Yeah.
You bet 17.
See something really quick, just what the effective stacks are.
Yes.
While we're
They're
going through
different.
this, I'm actually playing with something.
Yeah, the effective stats were, here we go. Villain started with 80 big blinds. So if you're doing GTO plus, you're a hero.
Running GTO plus to see if I can run oh nope, I cannot run it right now.
Okay, good enough. So the answer is now, having seen that, the sevens are not happy, and what they do, not being happy, is they
Mixing.
they
Okay.
mix. They're not happy.
Indifferent AF.
Indifferent.
Yeah.
In real game, you should just fold.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, true.
It's a flush. It's just a flush. It's always a flush. It's nothing but a flush. It's a flush.
Yeah, because you go back to look at the big blinds check raise bluffs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be like 10 with a diamond or something, like ace 10 with ace of diamonds, queen 10 with a queen of diamonds,
Yep.
some random ace of diamond hands. But, yeah.
Yeah, people are finding those these days. What else is not a diamond that's bluffing? Did they turn some kind of a two pair
It,
into a bluff?
no, it's all gonna have a diamond in it.
King jack with a diamond.
5, 6, pocket
King seven.
six. Yeah, pocket
Nine,
six.
nines with the diamond, sixes with the diamond, fives with the diamond. Yeah,
Pocket
sixes and
six.
fives. I was gonna say that earlier. I could see someone donking it because it blocks the straight and it blocks the flush. So I could see
Three
someone.
five. 3 5
Someone,
is not a straight, right?
it's a flush. Yeah, it's
Three
value.
fives and a flush.
It's a flush.
Yeah.
Everything is a flush.
Well, so the solver's bluffs are gonna always have a diamond in it every 100% of the time.
Yeah. And these irrelevant diamonds here, it doesn't, when you're down in irrelevant land. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
see, these are the ones that they don't find. So
Yeah, yeah. Who's gonna do this? Nobody's doing this.
I do it with fives and sixes here.
Yeah, but you're nobody. Statistically. Right.
But my mind.
There you go. Exactly. Okay, I think everybody's gone once. Let me get the window, make it bigger, see if there's anybody else here. Nope, everybody's here. Everybody's gone once. All right, Mike, you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I shall stop the share. I will make Larry the host, and I will hang out with you guys a little bit more, but I will run out at some point.
All right, Scotty, do you want to just pause the recording so you can see if this is
Yes.
acceptable?
Yes, I will do that. Let me go to the recording. We are recording, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We are
Yep.
recording.
Okay, where is the record button?
We are not recording because I'm the captain now, and when I hit record, I'm gonna pause recording. You ready?
So this was to refresh your memory. The hijack had king five suited. That was hero. Big blind defended. This was the flop. We did a this B33 here with the king five suited, which is all good and dandy. They had, I think it was ace deuce.
Yeah.
I think is
Ace
what they
deuce
had, and we know that was good. We got this turn 3. They check, of course, as we all figured. And then here's where we were kind of discussing what we should do on this 3. And that our hand, which was just betting, just always barreling, and it is always over betting. Didn't matter if it was a 3. I changed it to a deuce. I changed it to a 10. I changed it to a jack. It's the only time it mattered was when it was a 10, and it was almost always betting. It just your bottom of range and
Blasting.
Blasting and overbet it.
Yes. Because you want to put like pocket eights. Because he's supposed to float you on the flop with some like king, queen, king, jack. You want to get those to fold.
And I wouldn't have known to do it without the 3. I wouldn't have done those other ones. But my size was, if I remember, I didn't overbet it, but I did bet it big.
Yeah, you went B75 or 80 or something like that.
Yeah. And let's see and on our particular one, 75 is what color? 75 is
35 is purple.
Holy damn, it's betting 175?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like going big
1% is
175.
betting 250.
All right, I
Holy.
have a solution.
All right, let's look at your solution in a second. Is there anything else you want to see on the anything else we want to see on the king 5? I'm sure when we do this big bet, does the ace deuce fold? Let's do one of our right sizes. Let's go with the most common
Let's go
one, which is
125.
125. Yeah, there's a lot of
Most
them.
people don't find a huge overbet.
Yeah.
And then the ace deuce is still hanging on. Does that because
Nope, it's not folding.
not folding? Yeah.
Not folding any ace.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Why are we indifferent with
pocket 10, ace
ace
9.
jack, but not with ace deuce? Well, obviously, it's blockers. That's my only conclusion.
Yeah, there's some.
But that feels a little bit like a rabbit hole. Maybe it's good.
Yes.
Folding some of the ace jack, but not the ace deuce.
So, one thing with your ace deuce and your ace 4 and your ace 5, when you hit your second pair, you're the only one who has it.
It's valid.
That's one possibility. The other one is that we have some bluffs we have some bluffs with some jacks and tens in our hand.
Maybe we don't like blocking his Broadway bluffs.
That he has that some of his bluffs have jacks and tens in them is our
Yeah.
is our guess. But
Just
the other thing is
change
our
it to
clubhouse.
the even bigger size over bet, and they still aren't folding.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Rabbit hole. Okay.
All right. So you wanted to show
All right, let me what do I want to show screen one, entire screen. Okay. So you guys can see it. So I have right now I just have the
Comments.
decision tree up. This is basically only the so you can see it's kind of a basic decision tree. And I did mess up. I just kind of moved the wheel until I got to King 7 offsuit.
Mhm.
But I forgot to remove the topper range. So our
Okay.
out of position range is way stronger than it should be. I kind of went with a standard RFI cutoff 6 max range. I set
So
and then
range
you
one
can
has no 3-bets in this. So
yeah, range one I removed because I didn't I made a range really quick and I forgot to remove topper range.
I understand.
So we can see our effective pot 6.5 to call. So this is we're still, if we look back, I can look, so we're one. It kind of shows ranges. It's checking entire range. So we're gonna go check. And now decision. Again, it's showing pocket sevens as bet 4.3. It's not even giving us the smaller bet size with anything. Oh, because I think I had to remove a couple bets to have it. So yeah, it's not showing me anything but the bigger bet. So we're not going to be exact, but and then what was it? Was the 5 of diamonds? Um,
Nah,
Back
king
to
of diamonds.
diamonds.
oh shoot. That's right. So king of diamonds. We'll take a look. So now it does add for some weird sizings, and now it actually gives the out of position player. But again, because I didn't remove top of range, but they check. Okay, something funky is going on here.
All
For
right, we're
some
moving back.
reason,
We're moving back to Mike's.
yeah, let's do that. I got to play with this and figure it out. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Thanks for trying. All right. Yeah, as our tourist says.
That's why the sevens weren't there. Crap.
There we go. All right.
Potatoes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. We'll go back to the top. So this will be me. We're gonna fold around to ace 5 is too early, so king queen suited will open. Fold. King 9 should fold. He doesn't, but he should. Oh, king queen. Now here we go. King 9 offsuit to a 2 big blind raise. I will tell you whether this is in there or not. Because this is our lovely 2. Fold.
I mean, you call it 10-7.
Yeah. King 9 is there. It is there.
It's there.
So, yeah. King 9 is there. So, which surprised me. So good call. Against 2. Flops top pair. This is a board that actually, this board might have a tiny bit of donking on it. You bring it down, if it was 7-6-4 kind of, you would do it. But he doesn't. He checks. This is a board that the king queen should not be c-betting frequently at all. And so when he bets it, do I want to say he bets it big? No, because the locked up equity. So this is a small bet board, and this king queen of hearts shouldn't bet. He should lose this hand. but he's gonna bet and he's gonna bet small. He does. I think that this is a good time for king nine to check raise. I think this hand is good enough to check raise. And it gets it accomplishes some things. He doesn't do it. All right, here we go. On the 8, everyone should panic. King 9 should check. King Queen should give up, but he doesn't. And he bets small again, which accomplishes nothing. And the King 9 should absolutely call this. And then on the river, with a paired 9, I think King 9 should check again. I don't think he should bet. I think he should check call. But he bets tiny, trying to get called by what? Aces? That decided to bet the flop weird? That didn't need to bet the flop? Yeah. Okay. I, who play badly, disagree with how they play badly. Larry is next.
Yeah, I mean, do you think? I mean, he'd get called by ace, kings, queens, jacks.
Yeah, but didn't most of those hands check the turn? If you've got aces, kings, queens, jacks, what are you doing here on this turn?
Checking back.
I'm checking back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking back to look to call to call a lot of rivers, depending on size. If I bet, I should have a 10, a 5 sometimes, and nothing. That's what I should have.
This hand is interesting.
And I should have that, and I should have a few sets that decide to bet anyway. So that's what
I
I
mean,
think.
some people don't want to give up the betting lead here, and with the intention of thinking they're going to be able to check back.
Yeah, he wanted, yeah.
We should blast here.
Yeah, I don't know if this solve is going to be any good because does king 9 call here? King
On a
9
2.5, it doesn't.
It
But we can
doesn't
get,
at 2.5, so we can't really
but we
see
can,
what would
but
be
we can have
appropriate.
we can have ace 9 and we can have king 9 suited. Irrelevant
Maybe
king
if we
9
make
suited.
it the button, king
All right,
9 is in there and could be
okay.
appropriate.
All right, do that.
And we were looking at a 9-7-6 rainbow. Big blind. Do they donk? This is going to be slivers. Yep.
Yay!
Slivers.
That's what I thought. I'm happy.
And our top pair king kicker is just kind of in there with whatever. Mostly like some of these overcard type stuff.
Yeah. And then for value, it's in the lower range. It's in the pair plus draw range, and all that has it.
These overpairs, kind of that linear progression.
Hmm.
Our king queen suited is, and we have the offsuit version of this, right? We had hearts and there's no
Yeah,
hearts.
we have the worst. We have the one that does it the least, but it does do it. So he's not terrible yet, and it has
King
50s.
9, no real check raising.
All right.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. And who gets to check raise? No 9.
We'll
Who
come
gets
back
to check
there.
raise there? On that, can we just go back
Yep.
to the node without killing what you just put in?
Here it is.
Okay, check raise. The ace 9. So some draws get to do it. We know that, but what's our value that does it? Ace 9 gets to do it.
And then combos down here.
Yeah.
It's combo.
And 9-7 gets to do it.
It's two pair, two pair, two
Yeah,
pair.
that's right. 2 pair, pair plus straight draw, sets, all that stuff. And then bluffs. Lots of 5s. Lots of shitty 5s. Look at that. Jack 5, Queen 5.
Here's where the donking comes in on that card on the turn.
Right.
That makes sense.
And our King 9 does some. Do we need a club? No. We just can do it. We didn't.
And it's for a B20 sizing.
Yeah.
King, Queen of Hearts.
When we get here, which we never do, we almost never bet it. Clubs loves it. But we don't break the solve if we do it.
Interesting.
And he did bet small.
Yep, he
Small
went with
cards.
the small size. And the King 9 just is indifferent, but
Yep.
call. Doesn't like having a club here.
Yeah.
Now, remember that one hand we looked at earlier? It was like something like a pair with a club, and
Exactly. This isn't a pair.
it's a bigger club.
Yeah.
And it was the 9 of whatever diamonds.
Yeah.
And no donking. A little, I mean, so just very, very rare donks.
Yeah.
And your trips do not donk.
This is a hand where you should just turn everything into a bluff.
You think that the big blind should be bluffing out here.
No, 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 no. The king queen should turn everything in
bluff.
its range into a bluff. Everything. The guy's range is extremely capped.
So it bluffs the ace jack. It bluffs the ace jack and the king jack. It bluffs those. It doesn't bluff the aces. It bluffs ace four. Yeah, it's doing a lot of bluffing and a lot of
Yeah,
value.
you should do it more than what the GTO says, because in the big blinds range, he's doing it exactly the opposite. I would suspect if he somehow did not raise the flop with a set, he would actually check raise the river. So his range when he donks out, especially using this sizing,
Oh, wait a
it's
minute. You mean we could bluff everything when the big blind donks?
yes.
Oh,
This
no, we
is
don't have
where
that.
I would bluff everything, because if you go back to the hand,
Yeah.
we bet the flop small. He didn't check raise, so we know it's probably not a flush. I mean, not a straight, not two pair, probably not a set. The turn brings in a one-liner, brings in a flush draw. We bet small again. Most of the tens would check raise. So yes, sometimes he has like 9-8, and once in a while we'll run into like Jack 10 of clubs, but it's extremely rare.
So let's give him the thing that he almost never does. Let's give him the 1/3 bet on the river. I would say that people do not bet their full houses here for a third because they expect that when they bet out some of our tens and certainly our fives just call. So
Yeah.
they bet their full
Yeah.
house, they bet them bigger.
They either bet him bigger or they go for a check raise. So
Yeah, I
this
agree.
this is a cripple range. Like the best hand he has is probably a 5. Like I don't know, something like an ace 5 of clubs. I would actually check raise to like 45 big blinds here.
Well, not check raise. You mean
Yeah, I would just
right.
pile the money. This range is extremely capped.
So Mike, give the big blind the bet 3. Give him the side. What does he have any of? He has no 3. Give him bet 50. What did our guy bet? Our guy bet
The
He
small
bet like
third.
small.
He went
Right.
B33.
Yeah.
He took a hand that shouldn't be
Yeah.
donk leading, and he donk leads.
Right.
So it means his range has less nut hand and more thin value hand. When that happens, you should just bluff everything. You should just pile the money in.
So against the solver's version of this range, you wouldn't. But your argument is against what they really have all these.
Yes, they're completely opposite of what the solver is. This is what we call. It's not a polar range. It's completely different from the other range that when you ask me, do I
Yeah.
raise with 9-7? This is
Yeah.
this is a condensed thin value range. The
Yeah.
best hand he has, like it's like a 5, because most of the 10 would just raise the turn,
Hmm.
like a shit end of a 5 and a bunch of 9s. And when we raise here, once in a while, we'll run into like Jack 10 of clubs and like 9-8 suited, like the nut full house, but it's extremely rare.
I would think
It-
the nut full house is even is
yeah,
rare
because
than the
it's
jack.
extremely rare because most of the time they bet big on the river or they go for the check raise.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is like everything, 100% on your hands in position raise, 40 big
Uh,
blinds.
Question. 100% of your bluffs. What about your decent value?
We're not calling. There's no calling. If I have aces here, it's a race.
Okay. What about when you have a 10? What about when you have any
A 10, then you size down because you're trying to
okay?
get call.
Okay.
A 10, then you make it like 12, 15.
Right. And what about a singleton 9?
If I have ace 9 here, see, 9 is where I would start calling,
Yeah. Okay.
but everything else is a bluff.
Okay.
And we're
A
not
bluff
calling.
or it's a bluff or it's a value raise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because of course you're going to raise. Of course you're going to raise your full houses here,
yeah.
and you're going to raise
Because
your.
we have full houses here. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
I would bet the flop small, bet the turn small, get him to check raise with his nut hand. Yeah, but
Okay. Up next is I think I did this nonsense. So up next is Larry.
Sure. Hey. I don't see a hand that's. What is going to happen here? I don't. This should roll around. So this should be a walk.
10-8 off on the button.
Should get
They're
this
still
open.
on mics.
Am I knit? All right. 10-8 opens.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not pure, but it's common. It's more than 50%.
And then it looks like we've got 6-4 off. Big
That is
blind?
correct. It is 6-4 off and 99 bigs.
That is a fold.
Oh, well, okay.
We got action. This is the battle of the shit hands. All right. So
nice.
Action flop.
this is a very interesting spot because you're blocking top 2 on a it's a dynamic board, but it's quite dry. I like a small bet here blocking top 2.
Oh, you meant button, right?
Yeah, sorry, button. I checked, yeah. And okay, he goes half. He's got the OESD. I really do like a check raise here.
Yeah, that's a B75. That's bigger than half. That's B60, 75.
Okay. Well, I guess yeah, it's true. That's true. Well, we know that the larger the size, the less we check raise. I might still throw a check raise in here. I think you can do either check raise or call. Chooses to call.
Bing
Gets
sit.
there.
Bro.
So if I chose to check call that size, I'm not going to have donks here. I'm going to check. And he needs to polarize, not be afraid of the monster under the bed. That actually is the monster under the bed. Which so he should be 75. I mean, you could argue that in theory he can, with completed equity that beats him, he can slow down. But there's not. It's very hard. Well, we also have a broken stack here.
Yeah, we're
We're
not
never folding against this broken
we're
stack. This is
not
gonna get
Yeah.
really
folding.
weird.
All the
So,
money's going in.
So I think I don't care about completed equity, although I have no fucking clue what a small blind flat range is. So I probably would like go 10 here.
What would a 10 call? That's what I would be thinking.
Sure, that's a good question.
Yeah, I think all the money's going in against ace 10. If he's got ace 10, it's not clear what the order is, but the money's all going in and he's not folding.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's 10x it's going to call B75, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there are rivers that could stop the 10 from putting all the money in. A flush completing a nine or a 7 of spades would keep
yeah,
ace from putting all the money.
I think generally you are right about let's front load with our thick value, which we think we have, but we don't, because there's a lot of action killing rivers here.
Yep. There's a
So-
possibility of so many coolers.
All right, so it doesn't really matter. What's the SPR now? The SPR is whatever that is, 70.
Is you'll be pot when he calls.
Yeah. So I think you just, if I had this hand, I would just shove. If I had a short stack and go on 13 spot, I would just shove.
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
pot size bet. Get it in.
I would definitely. I mean, we have to check raise here. So now he's going to choose to donk for pot and shove.
Yay, and get called. Perfect.
And so we have to win 33% of the time. Lots of straights available. But I think we're given the pot odds and our hand strength. I don't think I could fold this.
Yep. We beat a jack.
Without the 10
Yeah.
if we had a 10, if we didn't have the 10 of spades, then it's even an easier call.
True.
Yep.
Yeah, it's even easier.
Agree.
Yeah. It's an interesting hand.
So on
And
this one,
Andy-
record that one.
Yep.
The hand before it, was he donked trips on a 4-liner pot, and what was his size on the previous hand?
Small.
A third.
Like 1/3.
Yeah, small.
30%. And then this guy, he flopped the straight, right?
No, he
He
turned
turned
it
the
straight.
Okay.
And-
Jammed.
And it was a
And
short stack
jam.
with a hand that, shouldn't be in there.
Pot
Yeah, yeah.
size jam.
Yeah, jam straight on, jam straight. Jam, I'll do it this way. Jammed a turned straight
Jam the river.
for pot short. Yeah. There we go. Jammed river with his turn straight. Pot short. Okay, good. Ready for the next one. And then
Andy?
Larry, you're now the
Teeing
note. Larry,
up.
you're the host, but you're also the note taker.
Okay.
So we're gonna fold to the king queen. King queen's gonna open.
I mean, hero
And
didn't
then-
open 9-7.
Is that a 5-5 or a 6-5 on
Oh,
the
that
on the
is-
big boy?
That's a 5-5 with a full stack.
Okay. Ooh, I think villain 20 is gonna call him. We might go multi-way. Oh,
Nope.
he folded. Okay.
Good fold.
Damn, I'm not playing this game.
What, with people folding king jack or?
I know,
You-
man. I need them to call with crap.
Uh-huh.
I mean, looking at his stats, I'm actually not surprised he folded. He's a decent. I mean,
Yeah, I know,
121.
400 big blinds.
I mean, he's a 50% 3-bet.
Yeah.
And just for the info that you can't see here, big blind is only 8 hands in, and he is playing at 50-50. So not much to go off of after 8 hands, but he's played half of his hands so far.
Okay. So big blind checks range.
What do you think about this flop and a donk opportunity?
It's a great opportunity.
It
I think we
doesn't
get
hit your
more on a
range at all.
rainbow, but I think there's some donks in here
Yeah.
in theory.
Definitely a donkable flop for the out of position caller.
Yeah.
It's a donkable
A
hand.
very donkable.
Yeah.
It's also, in my opinion, I like check raising these flops a lot as the out of position caller.
Yep.
I
I mean, because let's be honest, the hijack just shouldn't have too much of this board, rarely ever. Obviously, it's
Well,
going
you
to go
do-
check that.
You do have a nut advantage, and I think I do prefer a check raise to a donk. And I prefer it even more on a rainbow board, but this falls in.
Yep. Rainbow board is better.
It's like I love a check raise here myself personally.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I
I
just
think you're onto something.
in cash games, I really haven't developed any sort of leading strategy on the flop. I think any leads play just as good, if not better, as a check raise. That's just me personally.
I'm in your boat, and also the reason is because donks are great, but then the thing about a donk is that understanding our turn and river strategy over a donk is a different story. Knowing what a flop texture looks like that you can donk in, that's pretty easy. But
Now, I
when we
do have a
check raise,
donk lead strategy in tournaments, but in cash, I have zero donk leads on any board texture ever, and that's just a me thing. I'm probably actually wrong and leaving some money on the table, but
Andy, you're not
yeah.
wrong. Larry's agreeing with you. He's giving yet another reason why it's a good idea. So finish your point, Larry, because it's the second half of why what you're saying is completely okay.
correct.
Yeah.
I am agreeing with you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
finish it off, Larry.
Yeah, I concur with Larry.
Well, I concur with Andy.
Okay,
But
one
yeah,
thing
but
you got to be
finish- but
careful
finish
of
it.
though is if part of your toolkit includes donks, and this obviously this hand is great for donking. It's natural, right? Everybody can see how this fits into the strategy. But if you're going to use the donk strategy, you've got to realize that this board is a good donk board, and you have to include hands that aren't so natural to donk on this board. Like for example, I'm guessing like almost your entire range here is going to donk at some frequency. Things like Jack 9 suited is going to, they're going to donk, and that's not as natural to find. And so when you do apply donk strategies to it, and you're not including a lot of that other stuff, then I think you're leaving some EV on the table. I think that might apply to check raises too, right? I mean, if you're eliminating donks from your strategy and just going with check raising flops on boards like this, you have to include hands such as what, King 10 of diamonds or whatever, like those kind of
Yeah,
things.
there's definitely it's going to be a balanced range. It's a range versus range on flop, right?
Hmm.
So you're totally right.
Absolutely.
The
You're gonna
solver
find
will
that
spread its check raises across different parts of its range here.
You're gonna find that
And-
overall you're gonna donk and check raise at a lower frequency in cash game compared to tournaments. So
Absolutely.
you're gonna and anything that's donking or check raising is gonna be, I don't know, at a vast majority of the time, a very low frequency play anyways. Like the EV isn't much different.
Yep.
I agree with Nick completely. But like I also agree, like if we are gonna have a donk lead range here, we do need to have stuff, it has to be parts of our entire range. It can't just be the shit that connects with this board. That's just way too obvious.
Here's our example. Now, what's interesting is when we check here, hijack's reaction is to increase his checking frequency when it's dockable board and we don't donk.
Correct.
In theory, right? I mean, I don't know how much that is really more than just us talking solver theory, but I don't know how much it applies to humans.
Right. So if we were like, say we were to node lock to not, like, I bet like Peak would have this, right? Because Peak doesn't have donks. Is that right?
On flop, no, I've not seen a donk.
So if we check this flop here, when it looks like we should be donking over 60% of the
See you,
time,
Scotty. Thank you.
Bye bye.
and we get like a bet that a lot of the population is just going to range bet because they don't know they shouldn't.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a greater percentage of check raising than what we're looking at right now, because we didn't donk. But if
Yeah,
we node locked it, we would see a much greater percentage of check raises.
I think you're
Correct.
right.
Actually, in position would probably check range if you node locked it to giving us no donks. You probably wouldn't have any C bets.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Then this, you're right. It would probably not show this. But versus our opponents, if we were then to node lock, say, their opponent, the hijack, at a betting range that they shouldn't, then it would apply, right?
Yeah, you
Right.
check raise a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, looking at peak right now, so we go check. Let's see what our villain what in position bets. I'm guessing it'll probably be close to okay. So yeah, so we say 1-4,
Can you show
and
it
we
to us?
actually do have a decent amount of check raises. Um,
Can you show it to us, Andy?
yeah. So hijack bet 4. We can see, you know, all of our check raises are small, and we have actually, I mean, with most of our range opts to check raise, like Nick was saying, a small percentage, but pretty much our whole range opts to check raise at some frequency.
Like if you were to look at the ag reports in here, I think it falls in at about 12% check raise across all flops. So this I think is a little bit elevated.
Yeah, so and obviously like when it goes, check bet, we're at 16% raise, and it's a small check raise. It's not even, and then 67% call.
Can you click on the
As
hijack
shits and
node?
giggles, I'm sorry.
Oh, you want to look at hijack's betting range?
Yeah, he never
Is a
bets
lot of,
small
so
really.
really like his king queen of diamonds is almost a pure check.
Exactly. Yeah.
For shits and giggles, you want to look at the ag report real fast, and we'll see what our global check raising frequency is. So if you go to the big blind node after a small bet from hijack, so if is hijack betting small here? So if we give hijack a small bet, then we go to big
Very
blind, and
rarely,
you
but
see
he
where it
does it
says
some.
ag report right there.
Categories.
Well, it doesn't matter if you look at ag reports. Yeah, no, ag reports is right above the chart. Go right, and then right one more. Yeah, there. Now at the top, we should be able to see what our global check raising range is. So average. So if we click on average, how often are we check raising across all boards? And I can't read it. What happens if you hit our average is the global, I think, right? 10%
there.
plus what's
So
the bigger size?
4.4.
Okay, so it's all right. So our global check raising frequency in theory is in peak is 14. It's like 12, 14, something like that. So that's important to
Seems
have.
high
And
to
then
me.
when we look at check raises, we can understand if this board has more check raises, if this board has less check raises. Thanks, appreciate it.
I'll
Thanks
stop
for
the
going
share.
down the ag report rabbit hole with me.
Okay, Andy. So this was your hand. So we checked. He bet small is, and then we've kind of determined that,
We're gonna, yeah, we'd like a check. I like a check raise, but I know we're gonna call because of the.
yeah.
Exactly. That's why you should just range bet. Like
Yeah.
off the top of your head, when you're in the big blind and you face a continuation bet on this flop, what hands should you be check raising? Name them.
Well, okay, so when we face a small bet
Yeah, when
here,
you face a range bet here, like what hands those who study, like what hands are you check raising? What
so
bluffs
If
are
I
you
check
check?
late,
Yeah, what bluffs
so,
are you check raising? What
so you've
value
got
hands are you
lots
check
of
raising?
spades here. You got the 5x, right?
Yeah.
You've got stuff yeah, you got the 5x. Like the easy one to find would be ace 5 spade or ace 5 diamond here. That would be a really good one. Blocking aces. And then the check raise is going to come also from all different aspects. But the ones that I would find here would be spade draws and stuff wrapped around the 5. And then we're talking just bluffs, right?
But yeah, go ahead, bluffs first and then value.
and then are we thinking?
And then if I'm getting really, really juicy,
Okay.
I would find some diamonds. This, we got the nut advantage here, so we should check raise. Stuff around the diamonds, and then obviously thick values and straights. Thick value are sets, and we don't really have to pair. Maybe force receive.
Yeah, like something like king jack with one spade
Yeah, I'm not
should
going
be
that
check
far, but that
raising.
would make. I mean, I'm sure Solver uses stuff like that. I am not gangster enough to find it. I'm sure
Like-
some of you guys are, but
Like queen
What
10 of
about-
diamonds. Queen 10 of diamonds should be like 2 overs with a backdoor should be
yeah,
considering check
absolutely.
raising.
I
How
mean, this
about Jack
board
5
really,
of hearts?
So
like, if we
yeah,
looked at the range versus range, we got another advantage here, right? So
so that's my
yeah, there's
point.
lots of gangster check raises here.
Like in this study group, even the guys who study doesn't check raise bluff at the right frequency. Just
And
imagine
me-
when you put, yeah, imagine when you're playing a population, you should
right,
just,
me.
yeah, and you should just range back, just ignore whatever the solver says. If the solver says bet 40%, check 60%, ignore it.
Personally, like, and it's probably a big exploit of mine. I probably am way over optimal for my check raise frequency on this type of board. Just
I'm-
because I know, especially against when we look at, I mean, we don't have a ton of hands on this villain, but he's a 25-25 with 100% C bet. So I'm looking at that like he's range betting. He doesn't connect well with this board. He's opening kind of decent ranges. I mean, obviously not much of a hand history, but let's go hypothetical. We have 200 hands with these numbers. I am check raising with impunity almost
Yes.
every
Yeah,
time in this spot
If you'll
as an
play,
exploit.
you play MTTs with Brazilians on certain websites, this is a board where they're taught to check raise with 100% of their range.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you should.
I'm
If
sure
you
of
see
it.
a guy who's just c betting 100% with 200 hands, you should just check raise with your entire range. That's an exploit.
What is the theory behind the fact there being more check raises and more donks in MTTs? Is it because there's an ante included, so there's more dead money?
So there's an
Uh,
ante included. And
Stack depth is a big part of it.
Okay.
yeah, there's
So
more
SPR is
value in
important.
amassing chips.
Okay.
Yeah, rake as opposed to the ante shifts the value both in strategy pre-flop and post-flop, and then the stack depth overall. It is my speculation. I don't know for sure. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I
Just
think
curious.
personally, there's also more value in amassing chips because because it's not like a cash game, especially in freeze outs or when you're past the rebuy period. You can't just call the cage. I need chips. It's now you're
I don't
taking
think
the
that's
walk
run.
of shame out of the tournament area, so you can apply pressure in different ways that you can't in cash games.
I don't think that's run in like the actual strategy though. That's not like a equitable.
It's more of the human psychology part.
Yeah.
In live tournaments. Sorry, I forgot to specify.
So you're talking about putting people to the test in their tournament life has value.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Whereas in cash game, it's significantly less valuable because you can always just reload.
Hey,
There's never a point except the point where like they go broke, which a lot of times scared money, that has their whole bankroll on the table is probably not c betting that flop.
also like when the SPR is 8x and the nuts are likely to shift across 2 more future streets. I don't know. I think that's a big part of it. Even like hands that I've had hands with really, I've had the second nuts and I'm like blasting off and equity shift where it's something unlikely comes in, but it like changes completely passively because you just don't want to put in when all the money goes in. There's very little of your range that you're happy with in cash games as opposed to tournaments. You're happy calling it off more often
Because of SPR. Yeah.
Because you're shorter. Because the less big blind you have, the more you could just go with the top pair.
Yeah,
So
top
check
tier
raising
top is
reopens
worth a
the
lot more at
action.
20 bigs than it is at 200 bigs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so Andy, we have co-opted your hand, I think, right? This is yours, right?
It's still mine. So obviously we know we're checking here. Which this is another spot where I actually I think in game, I opt to check this either way.
Did we just check call?
We
Yes.
check called on the flop, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
We knew we were going to because of today's theme, but yes, I think optimal, I would have check raised, but this villain didn't, so here we are. So we're checking the turn.
You're talking about the hijack here?
Well, the big blind is checking.
Yep.
Although I like a small lead here sometimes, but because I do actually have a turn leading range that I've developed, and
And you
it
think
kind
this
of
ace?
against a range bet, if I didn't check raise, I'm probably going to lead out here. But
Unmuted.
we check, so now it's on villain 17.
Would we, so with this turn card in particular, or you're just saying in general?
In general, but I like leading aces on the turn, leading small, just because so many people, especially if they're especially with a smaller continuation bet percentage, they're betting their eights, nines, tens, and especially live and even online, you see that ace peel and they're almost like, oh, they always call with the ace high on the flop and they got there. You can make a lot of things fold leading an ace on the turn.
Well,
Leading out,
this is making me very curious now. We have this solve up already, don't we?
Yeah.
you do,
So
yes.
on turn, if we go to turn node and give it this ace, can we just look at range versus range and then compare who has more top pair? So if we go to range versus range here, and then we filter on the right where it says like lower right where it says filters, and then we click on top pair, it should tell us who has more combos. So as a percentage of range, which is more important than raw combos, we are, is that a 31 or 21%? I can't tell.
31 versus 22.
Okay, so that does verify your theory, Andy, because we do have top pair in theory at a higher frequency as a percent of range than in position. So
and I
I
use the
frankly was
lead there.
doubting. I frankly was doubting where you're going with there, but I am wrong, and Solver says you're right. So well played, sir.
Especially, that's a huge exploit I've found in lower stakes live, is that so many players under C bet with the ace highs, that so when they're C betting, a lot of times I find they're not C unless, and then this is kind of one of those things you have to have a little history with the player but if they're checking back most of their ace highs on that flop, when they bet, it's usually going to be something like what, eights, nines, 7, 8, pocket eights, pocket nines, even up to kings, that as soon as that ace peels, they're like, you can almost see them shake their head and like, oh, they called me with ace high and got there.
Yeah.
And kind of shake their head as they pitch their cards into the muck. Like I've just personal experience, I've seen it so many times that it's been profitable to have a leading range on a board like that, when an ace peels on the turn.
Yeah.
I can lead.
You know what? It's not intuitive, but I honestly think you're onto something.
Yeah, I was kind of the same. I had the same sort of reaction. I was like, I'm not so sure about that, but it is purely exploitable, right? It's purely
Exploitative play.
exploitative play.
Yep. I like it.
I love
Works
it.
better
Yeah.
against the villains, our opponents that are maybe a little closer to the nittier side, where they're not going to bet the ace highs on the flop. So, it's generally their range consists of mostly pocket pairs above the 7 there, that ace peels. And, but it also works against the opponents who are just range betting on the flop, because now, like, I mean, what are we calling range bets? We're calling a lot of range bets with an ace high, right?
Yeah.
So we generally, I mean, I naturally have a lot of aces in my range when that peels.
Yep. I like it.
I love it, Andy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thinking outside the box, man.
Yep.
All right, so our villain
Flares on
chose
us
not
sometimes,
to
but
take that exploitative node. What are you doing here as villain 17?
as villain 17, when it goes check, call, check, I'm betting. Because again, I mean, same principle. The ace peeled, they check twice. And so many players like to lead the ace there when they actually have it, that I don't know. We're going to continue the bluff here. No pair, no draw, no hope, right? Let's keep barreling.
Size.
Size up here, 6.5. Probably not what, and I think we actually see villain overbet this, which I don't hate. At this point, I'm probably just giving up the fives, but we know that villain 21 calls. So
You got
me
four.
personally, I'm giving them up.
So you got 4+2, but then you got dirty outs.
Yeah, I mean, we have a 2, a 6, so we got the
I
double
can see
gutter
it.
ball.
I can see giving up with the with
Um,
dirty out. There is the very clever subtlety that Scotty mentioned, is that when we've got the 5 of spades, when our set comes in, it does not complete the flush.
Yes, that is
But
true.
against this overbet, though, I think I think I would fold as well. Aggression
Yeah, I
win.
think it's, for me, it's just a give up. And more because I don't know, and it's probably a leak I need to work on. I hate calling turn and then you face a barrel on the river and you're like, well, shit, I got this far, depending on the barrel size. But I would just give this up and look for a better spot.
So our villain is going to make a big call here.
Yes.
Oh,
And
then
yes.
this is value.
And then
Bink.
what is big blind stack size? Because I can't see it.
85. They're effectively the same.
Okay.
Bink.
Now, I mean, in game, I'm checking here to just hand them the rope because they're probably going to barrel again. But we don't do that.
And then, of course, that's an easy fold. I think, yeah, versus the overbet on the turn, that allows us to check more. Whereas had it been maybe some kind of like typical value bet on the turn, let's say he goes 6, and then we bink, then does our donk make more sense? And it wouldn't be for this size, would it? It would be more like a B50, B33.
If he fires, say, like a 5.5, 6, or a kind of like, let me see where we're at bet on the turn, I think the lead makes more sense. When he overbets the turn, you can almost take it to the bank that he's going to keep barreling the river.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna, I mean, at this point, I'm gonna let him barrel. And especially if he overbet the turn, we know he's capable of overbets, so he might even fire an overbet on the river. An overbet on the river, I call. A small river bet, I probably jam it.
Mike, I made you host because I'm on my phone and it's quite awkward just in case I disconnect.
Okay, so the turn for the hijack does include overbets. It's almost exclusively overbets. His hand does not, but his range is almost exclusively these overbets. And let's see what our fives do, because yeah, they're indifferent all the way through. If you have the spade, it does make a little bit of a difference. If you have the spade heart combo,
It's turning it into a bluff.
It is.
Is it?
yep, half the time.
That's Gamestar.
Now, when he does
Well, talking
call,
about plus people don't find, there's one.
Yep. That's why you should bluff with this king queen hand.
Yep. Agreed.
If the river breaks, that means they have more crap in their hand, more one pair, more hand. The range is weaker, more hands for you to bluff.
Yeah,
and,
Sam, I think you're
as
right.
we-
I mean, I think when we know population does not have the appropriate check raise frequency, in position can apply more aggression for sure.
Yeah, you just need to massage the sizing so you funnel them down to like the single pair hands, and at the river
And
that
then you can make it towards.
the range is cripple. Then you could just put out one big bet and have them fold everything.
So do we have any donks here is the first question, right?
Yeah,
have-
we do, and it's funny because our fives like a really big overbet donk. There are other hands within our range that do like a smaller donk.
But our thick value does not, that goes for it.
Yep. And again, I
Okay.
changed this. I changed this from the big bet to a like a normal size bet that most people will find. So we go back to the big bet, and like Andy said, then when we continue and get that straight, we do not donk anything. Like
Okay.
our hand does not do any donking.
And then based dependent on their size, if they go for the small bet on the river, I'm probably check raise, jamming. For a medium size. An overbet I might just flat.
See, I would do it differently. If he bets small on the turn, I would donk small. That means it's a weaker range of hands. If he bets big on the turn, I would donk big
Yeah, that makes sense.
because I'm hoping to get called by a set. But regardless, I'm donking because I don't think people bet a set on a run one liner.
Yeah, no matter the size, if he bets the river, you're just all in no matter what.
Which and my thinking is more exploitative and like in-game, population. Once they overbet the turn, they're probably they're more likely than not betting the river. And anything that's going to check back the river is probably not calling a bet anyways. Like if he's triple barreling, I'd rather keep his bluffs in by checking. Because he's trying to tell us he's strong. And I mean, how often do we see someone overbet turn, check back river? On any river almost.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think they, even if they take a larger sizing, um, on the river when a one liner come up. First of all, I think they under bluff on the river, so they're gonna bluff two streets, but they're not gonna fire the last bet. So you don't get when you have the straight, you don't get the bluff. Second of all, it's when they have like a two pair or set. I think they value bet less at a less lower frequency than what the solver would say. So you're not getting that bet as often as well. So that's why I'm donking and large
Yeah, I think that
because
with his sizing, his overbet on turn, you're going to target the top portion of his range, which
yeah,
most people just are not going to have this airflow. Yeah, I agree with you, Sam.
yeah, I like
So
it.
in game live, you would donk this spot if you
I
called turn.
would I would not that I would show up with like if honestly, if he bets over pot, I'm not gonna call.
No, I'm not. I'm not getting the river here.
And if I look across and he's deep and I could see that it's me, I would jam the pocket fives
On river.
on the turn. Cause like this fucking guy's probably gonna fold a set. Fucking nit.
You would check jam turn?
Yeah, if I see myself, if I'm the big blind playing against myself, I would jam the
Oh,
pocket
I
five.
see your point.
I would
Okay, I
jam
see your point.
everything.
Because you know how to overfold.
Yes, because I'm thinking like this fucking nit is gonna fold everything besides the straight.
Yeah. I see your point. I see your point. All right, so Richie, are you with us? You are the next player in this game of donks.
I'm just going to skip over heads up pots, or should we?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's skip over them.
Although
Richie,
this
are you
one-
with us?
This one does include hero.
Well, you're the table captain. Whatever you want
No,
to.
heads up pots are totally different. I mean, I guess we
Okay.
stick with our.
So I'm not hearing from Richie. So that makes Dean the next player in the game of donks. Dean, are you with us? So our last hand was so fascinating we lost.
Okay.
Oh, Dean, you there?
Yep.
All right, it's your
Right.
hand, sir.
Take it away,
Ace
Dean.
nine's gonna open.
Holy shit.
Jack. What's Ace Jack gonna do? Hero.
What should he do?
3-bet fold. 3-bet or fold. I think it's a fold.
Yeah, probably a fold, right?
It's a clear
So
fold.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be fold.
Clear fold from early position.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm really not playing this game.
And Jack. Call.
See what goes on here.
Check.
We know he's going to bet, but what do you think? What do you if you were in villain 28 shoes here, Dean? What are you doing?
8-4. We have backdoor clubs too. I'll probably bet. I'll bet big too.
Yeah, I like a continuation bet. I think I would go on the smaller side though.
We got
Because
jacks and overs, and there's like a lot of bad turns. We should try to get like more money in now. I think like there's a lot of straights. It's pretty straight.
is
It's
the-
rainbow. Rainbow usually goes up a little bit.
is the thought that this
Okay.
texture does hit big blinds defending SRP, flatting range, defending range very well? Is that the thought here, Mike?
The thought about what? Like the bet size?
Why our sizing is smaller?
Yeah, well, because we're in villain 28, ace 9 is in really early position.
Yeah, he's got a highly, well, not highly, he still does have a condensed range, but he's playing like 12% of hands in theory, right?
And
12,
Yeah.
13% of hands.
Tens is the bottom of a range. Need protection. Offsuit tens.
All right, so sorry I interrupted you, Dean. So what were you gonna do this big blind here?
In game I would want to check raise because I don't like the small size he used as much on the 10 high board. But that'd just be me.
I like a check raise here too.
His size is greater than 50% here. It's like a B66.
Yeah, it is a bigger
Really,
size.
but still, people should go up on 10 high boards a lot. I think. I don't know. Wonder what solver size would pick.
So
I don't
yeah,
think Solver's
so
picking any size bigger than a B50. At least not Wiz. Peak might use a 60. I think Peak uses 60 and what, 33?
yeah, something like that.
And
Yeah, in theory, we
Wiz-
always have less check raises against a larger size, but this hand is quite pretty, right? Top pair likes the protection, has backdoors two ways. I see where you're coming from, Dean. What size would you use if you check raise?
Just standard like 12.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So our villain called, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we know he's calling.
It's also interesting that they're a lot deeper here. I wonder how that changes stuff. All right, so Dean, what are you doing on big blind? It should go check. You're totally right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I don't know why he did this at all.
So this is weird and really bad.
I'm trying to buy a river.
Can we argue that this is really bad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think we can argue it. No, I think we all agree.
Yeah,
This is just really bad. There's really not much argument.
Well played, Mike. Well played. So, all right, yeah, this is a blunder. He should check back, and this is, I think, Dean. I think your gut is right. I think he's trying to buy a river check bet and do it. He's trying to do it cheap.
Should have raised that though.
Okay, so now, yeah, I think this is a clear. All right. Is anybody here out of curiosity? Because I do not have donks in my game, and I should have them at some frequency with thick value like this. So, Sam, you would dunk here, right?
Yeah, Donk small.
Because he's scapped because he's small size on turn.
Yeah.
Would you go? What is small here? B30, B50?
I might go down as little as like 6 big blinds.
Okay, I could see it.
20 feet.
So would you
Four
donk
big
in
blind
game?
back at him would be hilarious too.
What
Huh?
about our man who
Betting
knows
four
theory?
big blinds since that's all he
Mike.
bet the whole time.
Mike, Mike, our man on the theory, who knows his theory? What are you doing here?
This would be a great time to dunk. I think more exploitatively than anything
Yeah, that's an exploit donk.
because of what we saw on the turn.
Yeah, I think I like donk. And I
And
think I like Sam's exploit size too. So which he kind of is using a smaller. So okay. What should that is really bad. That's why we do it.
Yep. And my size
That
is
is
bad
good.
as well.
Yeah, if he's gonna call more, that smaller size is bad, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna
that's
call
the fireball.
50%.
Yeah.
Damn, bet 50%. But the only thing is, if I bet 6, I might get a spaz and get a raise.
Like, what bluffs could the big blind have donking here? Like, really?
Nothing.
I know.
So this is value, right? This is the second hand we've looked at.
Yep.
Yep, value half pot. I think what's good to know too is that this player, even through 12 hands, we just know even before this hand, we can determine this player's just not,
It's a
thinking or
fish.
studied. Yeah, he gets into the fish bucket.
Yeah, that turns out. Okay, so that was Dean, and I think it goes to Mike now.
Okay. Ace nine's too early in both spots. 10 jack too early there. Looks like ace six is the first opportunity. Let's see if that happens. It does. And then it should, that's what is that? That's 2 3s over there and a full stack. So that should just be an easy defend call. All right. Okay, nice little.
This could get interesting.
This could be potentially some donks in theory if we were to look at it in whiz. Probably, I mean, not nearly as much as the one hand, but probably has some like low percentage, 10 to 20% of it. I wouldn't do it here, I don't think. And threes are just going to check. We know that. It's always good. If I was 8-6, ace-6, I am 100% going to c-bet here. Just let's look at villain here, just so we know, because I could potentially do something different based on villain, and he is only 16 hands. He's playing pretty loose and aggressive, 31-31 up to this point, which might sway me a little bit to check back, but I'm just going to c-bet, and it's going to be on the small to medium, B30, B50. I might size up, knowing villain is pretty aggressive, just to get some money in. He uses the smaller size, which is perfectly fine. 3 should not fold. Ever check raise? I suppose you could put this into your check raise bucket toolkit. I
Probably
almost think,
more against earlier position.
yeah, you're probably, yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, so what gets stripped out? So King 6 suited gets stripped out earlier position.
You have to go pretty early though. You have to go all the way like nine-handed. Like King 6 is still in range if somebody's like looking at charts and stuff. But
Okay.
people probably don't know that. And you're right. I think King 6 gets out like around hijack, right? Like in practice. But in theory,
Yeah,
King 6 suited should be opening all the way beyond low jack.
yeah. Good point.
But I would probably just flat here. Based on this player, 25 hands has been tight AF. I would just call. I don't think I'd be raising. I think I would just call and pretty much see. Hope he just gives up. And now we're done unless we want to do some bluffs. He checks. How about that for a donk card? No, no, I don't think that would be good. He goes big with his ace six. Certainly reasonable because you're going to get called by ace highs. Hell, you might get called by a sticky king high. You might get called by whatever overpairs they have.
Yeah,
So I
I don't think
like the
you
larger
overbet
size.
here. I think in theory, blocking the 6 is important. I mean, obviously you're chopping, but yeah, I think I don't think I'd over that.
And our villain is calling with pocket threes, who's
What the
going to
hell?
blow
He
up
is
the board.
counterfeit. He must have nefarious plans.
He has bad intentions.
What's his stack size?
It was full stack,
Okay.
and he's living up to his numbers. He's 33 or 31, 31.
You're right. That is this, unless his plan now is to do something a little cray cray. So what
Yeah.
size is he going to use? There's no right size here.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to try to hopefully, whatever ace X hands have gotten this far, you have to get an ace to fold, thinking that they're going to be chopping a lot. I don't think
So that
you're
would
ever
be
going to
2x
get
pot,
any kind
right?
of overpair to fold. I mean, you'd have to go absolutely massive.
Yeah, I'd go 2x pot if I was going to do something stupid here. Hopefully, I wouldn't.
And they jam.
Whoa, beautiful. Got balls, man.
He does
Right
have,
Wee.
yeah,
before
he does
this,
have balls.
they finished polishing their helmet.
There we go.
And ace
I love
6
this.
is worried about pocket sevens and quads. So there you go.
I love this. I love this, man. If I see this in a live game, I'll clap my hands.
Yeah, gangster. I would actually shout out to the guy who pulled this off. So I think if you're going to turn these threes into a bluff, I'm curious what you guys think. The better way to do it is check raise turn,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then when you check raise turn and he calls, you don't necessarily when he calls. I don't know if you necessarily have to fire river. Because you've
Check
already said
raise
you got the
turn.
fucking nuts.
Yeah,
and
that's
he
better.
called, so then check raise is better.
Yeah,
All right.
if you check raise 10x, then I don't think you need to fire the river.
Yeah.
Or 8x.
So that was Dean's hand, right? No, it was Mike's hand.
Yep.
Derek, sir, would you like to take a hand?
Sure.
Beautiful.
Jack 3, 6, 4, 8, 2, Queen 2, King 6, Ace. Offsuit aces. We're betting that for sure. King 3, Jack's Queen. I can fold. Ace 7.
Okay, you
Nice.
got a
Three
cold
bet.
caller here.
Put the
Yes.
squeeze on. Big squeeze.
Yeah, we're
15
going
big,
to
dude.
Put
Just,
me,
14.
put
just
me
to
in this game.
fill you in,
We're going to
you can see
14.
he has ace 7. He has 80 big blinds.
Okay, we're going to 14. That's
We
not
know.
14. I said 14.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh,
I knew it
damn.
was going to flop another combo. But notice oh my God, they got the same hand. I just realized that. Okay.
Okay, I said 14 last time, but we definitely want to get more money in. So if we're going to check raise, we think it'll get us another bet. So can we get a bet by betting here? I usually check range, but that's just me. I'm guessing this guy is going to bet here.
The big blind?
No, he checked. Okay. Villain is definitely betting his 2 pair.
This would be you, Derek, right? If you had ace 7 here, what would you do?
Which one?
It's checked to you in the
I'm
Caught off.
betting.
Right?
cutoff.
I'm betting big. Big size. 80% pot.
Right. He goes,
So I don't think that anybody needs to follow this. I think your size is fine. I think in theory, we probably go smaller multi-way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
He's targeting
But I think your sizing is just fine. You're all
Yeah,
also
Jack-
blocking top 2. I'm sitting here. We know it's a
Queen
unicorn
Jack
hand,
is
but
Queen.
that also might affect our sizing.
Yeah. Queen Jack is
Somehow,
getting out of
though, I
there.
mean, doesn't multi-way kind of takes precedence, which multi-way is generally the flop bet is generally small, like a B33.
Yeah,
Yeah,
generally,
You
yeah.
know, multi-way takes precedence over hand strength and ranges.
that's true.
It does,
Yeah.
but you're right. But playing the strength of your hand, I think, has value too. It's
Yeah, and everything that we saw when we did some multi-way studies, it's not devoid of big bets, but it's primarily like the frequency of smaller bets is much larger, obviously. But there were, I should say, in the sims that we saw and worked through for a couple of months, there are still big bets. It's just they're not like completely devoid, and it is highly dependent on the range the range of the boards, which it almost seemed like it was even more important, right? When you're multi-way as opposed to heads up.
what is that? I cut out. Say it again.
I was just saying, did you hear the part about the small bets versus big bets?
Yeah, and then the second part about what's more
And then the
important, multi-way.
second part was it almost seemed like the range of the board texture and the range of the players involved played a huge, even a bigger role multi-way than it did heads up. Like there was
Yeah,
very few low equity bluffs. And so it was
yeah,
more not value oriented, I should say equity oriented. So
yeah. I think you picked up on something there. I think you're right.
I like the bigger bet because
Okay,
we all know
so
it's multi-way, and then they don't three bet at the right frequency, so they have more aces there. On top of that, even if you use a smaller sizing on an ace high board, they tend to slow play just a little bit more.
mhm.
So
I think you have a point. The people, I think, generally do defend more ace-x than they should, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
I
think
like
you
the
know.
bigger bet. Yeah, I like the bigger bet.
So Derek, you're facing a big bet multi-way. You're a big blind, and you got top two. What do you do, sir?
22.
I think 22 is fine.
No,
He is going
that's
to
not
exchange
22.
his slow play.
He doesn't follow my instructions. Okay, I think this is a blunder.
I agree.
It's a blunder calling here.
I think
So
you can fast play this against a big size.
yeah,
He has
I
sixes or
mean, we
sevens.
don't necessarily have to fast play though, because it's a fairly dry, fairly static board.
yep, I agree.
It is static
I
and
agree.
dry. You are right. And he did use
So-
a bigger sizing multi-way.
Right.
I
So
think
slow playing is probably actually the better play.
I think generally we fast play two pair, but you are right about texture and sizing.
You know,
All
even
right,
if he's
so
betting like two bigs there, then I opt for the raise, but dry static board with a decent sized bet. Let's just call
yeah,
and see if we can get it all.
you have a really good point. You have a good point.
See, this is that's exactly opposite of what I do. The bigger size that they bet, that means they have more value hand. When my hand could beat their value hand, I would raise. I would not slow play.
The old
But when
so
we
Peter Clark loves that theory. Peter Clark calls it big hand versus big hand theory.
Yeah.
When they're telling you they got a big hand and we got a potentially bigger hand, when we have a bigger hand more than 50% of the
Yes.
time, pile it in.
Yeah, I do not slow play.
Yeah, yeah.
If I suspect they have a strong range and I could beat all of it, the money will go in within two
Yeah.
streets.
So here, out of position, are you going to check there? If you chose to slow play, which you're never going to do.
I wouldn't choose to small play here.
Okay,
already
so
told
what
them-
does our big blind do here, Mike? Does our big blind check?
Yeah.
No, I
check.
wouldn't check. I'd bet here.
All right.
Okay.
So Derek,
And then in
you're in
position?
cutoff now with A7, and you've played this A7 so far about what we would think. So what would you do here with the A7 off?
So you're saying that if I was played this
In the
this
cutoff.
the way that this guy played it,
You're in
Yeah, you're
cutoff
in the
now.
cutoff.
I'm having trouble getting into his head because I was wrong about what to do every particular time.
Oh, really?
Like
I
I
don't
play
know you're
completely
wrong.
different
You were
than the way
just
this
playing
guy
it
plays.
differently. Definitely not
What?
wrong. I don't think you're wrong, Jack. I think you're just playing it differently than the villain in villain 43.
Yeah. So like, what's he trying to do? He wants to get money from an ace, right?
Yeah, he wants to get money from an ace. I mean, the thing that I think in theory might slow it down is that he used a big size multi-way. There is going to be some 8-9 in big blind's range, and then depending on what kind of villain it is, does he have 16 combos of 8-9, or does he have
Yeah.
4 combos of 8-9? That's important.
And let's
Yeah,
clarify,
I
Derek. I
imagine.
think we
I
got to
imagine
this
there's
point
4
right now so
combos.
far, Derek. Didn't we
I-
already determine you've played this A7? Basically, everything you've said, he's done. He raised pre-flop, he bet the flop, and now we're here on the turn. What would you
If
have
he
done
would have used it,
differently?
I think that we we want to. Okay. I guess my guess is he's going to check it back.
No, what would you do?
Oh, I'm betting
Yeah, so what size?
50, B50.
5-0?
Yeah.
No, B50. He says B50.
Oh,
8 big
So
blind.
half pot. I'm
B50.
betting
Okay,
half
half
pot.
pot.
So there's.
Okay. He does exactly that.
do we slow down a little bit knowing that 8-9 is in his range? Or is that nitty as fuck?
Yes.
We do
It's
slow
not.
down.
It's not. Well, it's not slowing down. You're just massaging so that you get called by the
Okay.
proper
So
range.
Yeah,
you
I got
did
you.
not check raise the flop. So my guess is he's not going to check raise the turn.
No,
That's my
because
guess.
Good. Because
not
here.
change.
Yeah. Although I would check raise it.
Okay,
Oh, and
now he's going to do something weird.
now
So
4 comes.
yeah, okay, so then I think with what do you think, Derek? Your options are
Well,
raise, call, or fold.
I think that he says, "Wow, no flush got there, so I'm gonna bet half pot."
And
So
then if you're in position, what are you doing?
I can't believe that a 4 made his hand. You'd have to have something like 5, 8,
You
5,
have to slow
3.
play 8-9 or some kind
Yeah.
of set.
I
So
mean,
your
he
your
could.
choices are raise or I think you're gonna always call, so your choices are call or raise.
He could have ace-4, couldn't he?
Sure.
Yeah. I guess he could go 70.
70 bigs.
No, yeah, 70 bigs.
Okay. So what do other people do here? Facing this B50 with this combo on this texture.
This is like. What does he do this with?
Check call, donk, half pot.
So I
So
guess our first fundamental question, right, is if we raise, are we getting called by worse more than half the time?
Probably not. If we look at this hand, if he's doing it like this, he will have ace-10. He slow plays ace-7. That means he has ace-6. Assume he's
A6,
yeah,
A4.
ace-6, ace-4. Assuming he's calling the turn with an ace as well. So, but the other thing is, if he does this, he probably also has like 6-7 or pocket 6s, pocket 7.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel comfortable
Yeah,
raising this hand.
and then on top of that, he has ace-9. So this is, I mean, not ace-9, but 8-9. So like ace-7
Yeah.
is kind of like, yeah. If I have a set here, then I would raise.
Yeah, I think
set of
this is.
fours.
Yeah, Dean, you have a good point about a click. I don't know if I would want to click and then have to fold to a
Right.
re-raise
We
shove
click
from out of
T
position.
jams. We're just pissed as our hand goes in the muck.
Is it nitty to just call here, or is that who's calling, who's raising?
I don't hate a call here.
I don't hate a call.
I really don't.
I mean, if you click, then ace-4 calls, ace-6 calls, ace-7 we chop. Pocket
Yeah.
sixes we lose to. Pocket sevens we lose to. Ace 10 we lose to. So potentially we're losing to more hands than well, is it? Wait. Ace 4, Ace 6,
I don't
6
think
7,
5-3 gets here, but 8-9 does.
Ace 7. I mean 6 7.
Yeah, I think maybe a click we get some of those
Yeah,
calls.
yeah, click you could probably get called by worse. So if you're gonna race, just click.
I don't click because I am terrified of getting shoved off my input.
Yeah, I
But
don't yeah.
Sam, I think you said it before. If he just shoves over our click, we can easily fold.
Yeah,
But
they're
it
not
just
bluffing.
suck balls.
They're not bluffing.
All right, guys. Do you guys want to do like 2 more hands and we'll call it?
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
good.
So that was Derek, right?
Yep.
Sam, it's up to you, sir.
This is ace 6, if you can't see it, with a full stack.
Uh, who we on?
Sam.
Sam.
Oh, I think we lost. Did we lose Sam?
I don't know.
Sam, you there?
Sam, you're on mute.
Nick's up
Yeah.
without.
Nick.
I think
Nick,
we
are you
lost.
still with us?
I think we lost Nick.
Skate.
Skate, you there?
Skate. Oh, I'm here. All right, so
Skate, you with us?
Take it away, Skate.
yeah. All right, so what do we got here? A6. So
Full
yeah,
stack.
opening A6. Fold around to the big blind.
Okay.
King 9 here. I guess this is probably gonna be the bottom. The bottom is the bottom offsuit. Is King 9 good enough to call, or is it King 10?
I think I would fold this.
Yeah, I
Seven-handed.
want Skate to work it out.
Okay, got it.
Well, I got some hints. So yeah, I was debating whether King 9, King 10. So now I am more leaning towards King 10 off and
Yeah.
folding King 9.
Yeah, I think even King 10 might even be fold here, but King 9 is
Yeah.
definitely not a defend. If we want to look,
King
Yeah.
10, Queen 10, Ace 10, Jack 10 are all pure folds in peak.
Really? Here?
Yeah. Here,
Oh,
yeah.
because it's against EP.
Because it's against an under the gun open. Like we barely call King Jack, Queen Jack off. The first pure call we have here is, I mean, Ace Jack is mostly call with some raise. Ace Queen off, King Queen off are pure call.
You're right.
so you see that Skate there. This is let's go even a little later, and now our big blind moves up a little. Still not even King Jack is there. Let's go to low Jack.
The low Jack is what we want to see because we're 6 max here, right?
Now we're 7.
We're
Playing
6.
7-handed.
Oh, we're 7-handed in this hand.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, I was a little wide here too. Can you reiterate the reasons, the qualities of this hand that make it a fold against this early position low Jack open?
The King 9.
Well, the King 10 specifically. That's the one
King
that
10.
I was wrong about.
Against low Jack -1 here.
Yeah, sure. What qualities of this hand make it a fold?
Like King
King
10.
King 10 and King Jack.
Like even look at Ace 10. Look at Ace 10.
Yeah,
I mean,
even Ace 10's out.
because it's so early, you're just against a range that is going to be really good, and so your offsuit hands, I think, just perform a lot more poorly. When we look at the suited versions, now suited versions, we're defending much wider.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think the piece that I take away and I need to remember here is that we have a domination issue against early position, where our king is going to be very unpleasant to play post because he is going to have He's only opening what, 15%, 13% of hands. So our king is going to be often dominated. And we have less possibility to make without
14.
the reverse applied odds, yeah. And we have,
13.8%.
obviously with the suited version, we have our 3% to make second nuts, so that changes everything. All right, so this is your hand skate, and you have, now we're going to see a flop.
I
There you go.
called. Well, okay, we get a gut shot here. Against EP, I don't think we have very many bluffs at all on this texture, so let's check.
And
Ace.
did you mean the big blind or did you mean?
Yeah. Oh, the big one.
Okay.
All right. UTG. Right. They have all the ace jacks, ace queen, so on and so forth. They can bet. They can bet. I don't see the guy's stats from here, so yeah.
Full stack, 97 bigs.
All right. Yeah, let's go with the small bet standard. There you go.
What do you
Calls.
think about, what do you think about his call here?
To this size, yes.
Yeah, he's got a
Yes.
gut shot and an over, right? That seems like if he's going to call the king nine, this is a flop. You don't want to fold to a small bet.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I give you an idea, Skate, here?
Sure.
Would you ever on flop consider a check raise?
No, because as we mentioned before, like UTG has all the strongest cards in his hand, like the queens, jacks, and all that. So I think that it would be better to do it like against button caught up.
And I think that's a very astute observation. You're right about that.
Yep,
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's respect the early position range.
Okay. King nine, got top pair. But we could see the hand, so they do not have the range or well, we still have they have ace 10, but that's only a few combos. That is 4 combos when now that we can see the hands. Anyways, 24 combos, but regardless, I think they should check top pair here.
Yep, I don't think you ever want to lead here.
Yeah. And ace 6, they improved somewhat with that backdoor spade. So with that being said, they can continue if they want, or they could check. Either one.
Okay, and if they continue, what size?
To continue, I wouldn't go maybe a half pot, somewhere around there.
Okay. I'm guessing this happens to be me. I'm guessing I'd probably go somewhat large, like B75 is my guess, just based on the turn card and ranges. Does anybody else have any input on sizing here if you were to continue?
Yeah, I think we would polarize. I think our hand wants polarization, and as does our range want polarization. So I like a polarized size. I think a B75 is good.
Should we think about going bigger?
I don't like polarized.
Probably not with completed equity, but it doesn't change. Actually, doesn't change. The state was already there. Yeah, I like your size.
Well, I mean, for me, intuitively, I think that there are, as I mentioned, there are straights on the board, and there are a lot of 2-pair combos with the king queen, queen jack, king jack, all that. So is going big here reasonable? I don't know, but I wouldn't do it.
Who has the most of those two pairs and sets?
Well, UTG.
It's actually very similar.
Yeah,
Right.
it'd probably be pretty similar.
It's
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah, I'm thinking pretty similar, but still, UTG's has more of that for sure.
Like literally, it's just kings and queens. A set of kings, a set of queens.
Yeah.
The big blind has most of the straights. That's why I don't want to polarize.
Yeah.
I want to take a small sizing where when they have the nuts, they raise me, and I could call with this hand, and I know they have the nuts. And when I have a bluff, when they raise me, I could fold. And if they don't raise me, then on the river, I could try to get a hand like, I don't know, like ace jack to fold. Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
That's why
All
I
right.
don't like the big size.
So we anticipate the 10. We do
Nope.
not.
All right. So
All right.
I feel like it's gonna go check, check, check.
It should. So we're not going to see that today because
Yeah, it's
we're working on situations where there's dawn.
Whoa.
Don't respond.
They call. Wow.
Can we? So it's very hard to classify this as value or bluff. This is mergy.
Yeah.
Yeah. This player, I'm sure, is thinking not thinking, and it's a mergy bet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this player's sitting there thinking, me have top pair, me bet.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
and especially when they call the pre-flop with that sort of combo, which most of us hopefully should have folded. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's thinking he's got probably the best hand.
I don't think he does. I think he doesn't know what he's doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes it a
Yeah.
merge.
I mean,
guess.
the guy in position bet twice, so he could have queen jack, he could have king queen, he could have ace king, he could have a set of jacks, a set of eights, a set of queens, a set of kings, aces. He could also have like 10-9 suited, ace 10. Like he could have all those hands. So he doesn't figure out. He knows he had like the big blind doesn't. He's not figuring it out. He's just like being dumb.
I think what would be more interesting is if
Yeah.
he checked.
Yeah. He's basically turning his hand into a bluff. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah. It's
hoping,
mergy. Yeah.
yeah, hoping to get I don't know like queen jack off. I guess.
It's just mergy. It's the most mergy camp we've seen this exercise that we're doing.
Under the gun has every pot. He's completely uncapped. He can even have ace king here.
Yeah. So
Ace king might even fold.
Ace king might fold to this bet. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. This is merging. Especially with the 5, it changes nothing. 5 is as bricky as a 2 of hearts.
Yeah.
So last hand, guys, and guess what? It goes to me. How lucky am I? But before we do last hand, Andy, are you still here?
Yeah.
I do not hear Andy.
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Oh, Andy, hey. So do we want to try to do an additional session on Friday? Or do we want to wait till later?
I guess I'm down for Friday. I guess that's entirely up to you guys.
I will happily do a session on Friday at 11 a.m. Chicago time.
So noon real time.
Noon in the Northeast. Noon Atlantic, yes.
Eastern.
I'm sorry, at East. So I just wanted to say it. Okay, so I just wanted to say it before we lost everybody. So Scotty might be working. If Scotty's working, we can use his Zoom, but if not, we can also just do it on Google Meet. So Andy, do you want me to put out the messages on Discord with them? Why don't I do this? I'll put out the messages on Discord announcing it with the right link. And that link will either be Google Meet or Zoom. And I'll talk with Scotty as to whether we can use the Zoom or we'll just use Google Meet. Does that sound good?
And we can even, I can put some messages out on Discord just in other sections like, hey, new cash study starting up Friday.
Yeah, let's do that.
This is kind of be what our format's going to be. So I guess this first one this week, we'll just kind of have to discuss, or unless after we're done recording today, we kind of want to go over a quick, what do we want to take a look at? And then
Sure.
we
Sure.
can, the couple of us who've already discussed that we're going to be there can prep a couple hands for it.
And I should say right now that would be remiss if I didn't say one of the OGs on this call probably can't make Friday, which is Mike. And Mike, I'm sorry about that.
That's correct. I would not be able to be there.
But which would clearly is to our disadvantage. But I wanted to mention that was the case. Unless you want to be naughty and skip work, which I would encourage. Okay, anyway, let's do this last hand and we'll talk about it more. So this is gonna be interesting. This is Hero's gonna open Ace Queen here. How deep is Ace King?
59.
It's gonna be interesting. So
we're getting it in pre.
And we might. So we're gonna open here. And then it should fold around to this is gonna get interesting. So
interesting.
He has got an obligatory squeeze. I don't know, who knows, 60 bigs. It's probably shoving is fine at 60 bigs, frankly. I actually would shove this if I was playing a short stack. But maybe clearly he's gonna flat. This is an SRP, so he knows what he's up to. Maybe he's respecting EP. Well, I think there are flats. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are flats with Ace King off against UTG open here, 7-handed. Is that right?
There is. I'm wondering how much that goes away once there's a cold caller, though.
And when there's a cold caller, I think it does go away. And then all of a sudden, we want to squeeze with the dead money.
Let's take a quick look. What are we talking here? 1, 2, 3, low jack +2.
Yeah. I mean, you could go to chip EV if you want to get flat. You could get a flat in the button now. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, very rare. It is there, though.
So now, can you strip out button and just make it heads up? I just want to confirm we do have flats here. just make it heads up. Just if we have an EP open this early.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we mix flats here. Thank you, Mike. Okay, so this is an obligatory squeeze. We know he's not going to do it. It's gonna be interesting. So, what a tragic hand to end on. So, he should not dunk here. So, I actually so you're in the middle of the sandwich. You're on a static texture, which is dry, right? I mean, there are some Broadway draws. You have an early position flatter. I kind of like a check here. I think I would check here almost always because I want to understand what's going on behind me, and I do not want to build a big pot in the middle of the sandwich. My hand's equity on this texture certainly can change, but it's less likely to change on this texture. So I would check this.
Yeah, good thinking. And normally, here's where I'm at in this spot.
Yeah.
This board is just clearly, obviously, just a great board for us, regardless of what we happen to have. And I think
that is valid.
We're like almost top of range here. It's like our third best hand we can have, almost, or maybe fourth best. It's our best ace
Aces, kings,
that we didn't get. That we didn't get 3-bet behind. So it's almost like kind of top of range, except for pocket sixes and A6 and king 6 suited. So with that in mind, and a cold caller over here who is 86. We don't know anything about this villain except that he started with 60 big blinds. Larry, I'm with you. I would have checked this had it been versus normal, kind of a normal situation, or if there were good players involved, that type of thing, I'm probably checking range. But in this case, I probably, because I know I bet here because of the filter, and it's because I think I'm just kind of more like top of range, and I want to build the pot.
Okay.
But I'm with you. I am
I'm
totally
nittier.
with you on
I'm
checking.
pretty nitty in these spots. Maybe actually to my detriment at times. But are you down with? I'm just going to buddy check why I would check here. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm going to buddy check it with you guys. The texture's static, rainbow, and the other argument is that I am in the middle of the sandwich, and I think my equity doesn't change that much along across a lot of runouts. Is my thought process
Wait,
valid?
did we open, get a flat, and then the big blind did not squeeze?
Correct.
I don't know, Dean. We check value a lot out of position multi-way. It's just the way it is. Now, you could say that that's wrong against a very wide VPIP, like what Mike has identified here. But I'm sorry, Sam, I did not answer your question. What was your question?
Did we open and then get a call in the field, and then the big blind did not squeeze?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Dean is pretty craggy with that there. All right, Dean, I hear you.
Yeah, so there's definitely a couple of schools here that like checking and or like betting. And I think either's good. And it swung to betting for me because of the cold collar and a broken stack. Like I'm kind of putting these two on more in the fishier category as opposed
Yeah,
to
and plus the cold colors VPIP is ridiculous. The field colors VPIP is ridiculous. I can see that.
Like, here's the one thing that I would think about: is this flop gonna get stabbed often?
You're bringing back the classic hungry horse. But also,
What?
doesn't he say multi-way? He's going to bet his value and check. He's going to bet his value
Yeah,
and his very good draws and check
yeah,
everything else, right?
yeah. That's
So
what he said.
I think he would bet here. I think
Yeah,
he would bet here. I mean, I'm going off more what the vlogs with. I don't remember the guy's name.
yeah. This is a board that they don't stab. If they flat behind with ace five suited, they're not gonna stab. So you're not gonna be able to check raise.
Yeah,
But they're always gonna call. They're always gonna call a bet. I would bet here. I wouldn't check.
yeah. I think betting's fine. Okay, so we
Yeah,
bet
this is a
small, which is
board
great.
I'm never checking.
I am clearly in the minority, and I will take that into consideration. So all right, we bet small, which we've established is a good play. He should fast play this, but he's not. He's going to call on this dry texture. Maybe we actually don't fast play it on this dry texture. Blocking continues from villain, but villain is very early. Lots of ace. All right, he calls. He's gonna. All right, this 2 is interesting. If I was big blind, I would check.
He only has 55 bigs.
And so if I bet here and this 2 came in, I think I would, if I chose the betting line, I would continue to bet. So if I would go 10, somewhere between 8 and 10. Okay, we pot it. Now, I like Sam's big hand versus big hand theory here. And plus now there's backdoor draws that can call us. We're blocking his thick value. This is a check raise.
It's only 4x, basically 4x on a jam.
Yeah, what's his stacks? He's got?
55.
What does
55 bigs.
He's got 55. All right, yeah, you're right. This is a jam.
I mean, if he calls, it's damn near a 1-to-1 SPR on the river. That
Yeah, you're right.
Just rip it.
I'm on my phone. I couldn't read those stack size too much. I think a jam is right. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Okay, so he chose to do some weird. Okay, so we see what he's doing here. Now he's block betting,
Yeah, but
and
this line decreases fold equity. So I mean, I don't hate it.
yeah, I don't. So villain is in hell. I mean, hero's in hell. So
You are.
yeah, you need to win 25% of the time. You are. Are you ever beating value? I don't think you're ever beating value when like some weird 4-5 of spades called, like a 4-5 of clubs call. The flush and the straight got there. I'm going to classify your hand as a pure bluff catcher. And now, once I classify your hand as a pure bluff catcher, I'm going to say, is this bluffed more than 25% of the time? And then I'm going to go back to the fact that you've been in all of these sessions, and we've seen that these donks are largely value.
When
So
the
you
sizing
maybe
is large.
For sizing, it's almost always a block, like super weak, super thin value.
Yeah. So I think so. Your options, I think, are to turn your ace to a bluff, which I think you can only do if you're holding a diamond. The ace of diamonds would be fascinating, right? Because now you got a bluff shove.
He has 21 behind.
All right, never mind. Forget what I just said. So I think you can overfold. I think then the answer is that you can overfold here.
Do we fold?
What is so Larry says fold. Is there any team raise, team call?
Yeah, I don't know. I
I'm
mean,
ever raising, but
again,
I
it's pretty
don't
easy
think
for me to
we're damn
influence
near
by
at
the
the top
card.
of our range. We can't, if we're folding top of range here.
Well, again, Andy, I come back to the argument that what we've got here is a bluff catcher. So in many ways, it doesn't matter if we have ace queen here or if we have ace 9 here, because we're bluff catching. So we're essentially just beating air. Some people would argue, I don't know if I can go there. Some people would argue having king queen here is the same as having ace queen, because we're bluff catching. We're just beating air. And for that reason, I think we go back to the principles of pot odds, 25%, and do we think population bluffs this more than 25%? And I think the answer is no. And I think we make a nitty as fuck fold.
I don't think it's that nitty. I mean, does he do it with what's the next worst hand that would take this line that we beat? Ace jack. Ace jack doesn't do that.
Yeah, the only thing maybe this is it feels nitty, frankly, Sam, because we're folding top pair good kicker.
Yeah, I don't think it's that nitty.
But the other thing to come back to is we put in the other thing to think about here is that we bet on flop, we polarized to pot on turn.
Yeah.
All we've shown this guy is that we like our hand and we're getting value. All we've shown him is aggression. And now he chooses to do this.
Yep.
And so much shit got there.
Yep.
More backdoor diamonds than 4-5.
Yeah, like all the
diamonds
ace.
got there.
Yep, all the ace X the diamonds and king X the diamonds are there. So if you just name the value hand, you see that.
Yeah.
Just try to name out the value hands and then name out the bluffs or the
bluffs
hands
come down
that and then the hands that he's value owning himself, like ace 5. Do they do that? Ace jack, ace 10. Do they do that?
Maybe only with the ace of diamonds, and then it's a mergy as fuck play.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of value, not a whole lot of hands that we beat.
Yeah, I think we can fold here. Come on, hero.
So What I want to point out though, like, yeah, we're thinking right now in our discussion against a good player who's studied, who plays well, yes, it's a fold. But against a player who's playing a broken stack, they will do this with ace jack, ace 10, ace 9. They're saying, okay, thank God the front door draw, the straight draw didn't get there. I'm good.
Straight draw did one straight draw got not Broadway, but one weird 4-5.
Yeah.
The front door draws never got the draw
Yeah,
never
yeah,
got
that's
there.
true. Okay.
Um,
I don't think it's cut and dried. I can see your call. I think that I can get to a fold here. I may be
I can
influenced by
never
seeing-
raise here. Like it's very, very player dependent.
But again,
know-
Andy, I come back to the fact that we've got a pure bluff. I think we've classified our hand as a pure bluff catcher. And once we get there, you're saying essentially we beat value against fish who are going to do this shit with ace 10 and ace jack. I get
Yeah,
it.
but
I
it's-
can understand that position. I just think it's a fold.
Yeah, but it's not enough. They need to do more than that.
Yeah, I think it's a fold. I just don't think they have any bluffs.
Yeah. No, they have bluffs. Once in a while they will have bluff, but it's not enough where it warrants a call. Because they're also doing this like with ace 3, 4, 5. Like I guess with 4, 5 turns a gutter, right? So
All right.
so this
All right,
just
what you
guys
do?
talk me into it. Fold it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What a way to end the session with the hero fold. As Peter Clark says, Mike has made the fold of a lion.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.